I believe that Kylie Minogue is underrated as an artist. You know when you used to talk about guilty pleasures on your iPods? Brussels sprouts. You're just asking for flatulence. It's just not funny. What goes on in here stays in here. About 7 years ago, I had a serious spinal injury. I've never spoken about this at all on any podcast or anything.
I feel really nervous, Si.
No, I don't.
Okay. It is 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now live. 21 of you already in the audience. I am so excited for this one. Not stacking. Sundays with Craven, episode 15 we are on now. We're nearly at the 4-month stage, and we've got a very special one tonight, a very special guest. There will, of course, be questions. I hope you've bought your very best memes, because we are planning to have a very good old chinwag. And there is a little bit of a giveaway, courtesy of some of you guys in the community and our special guests. So I can't wait any longer. I am honestly honoured to be hosting Si the Soundman, one of the co-founders of Stacker Social and a legend in the community. Thank you so much, mate, for coming on the podcast. How are you today?
I'm really well. It's an absolute pleasure, and I'm sorry that it's taken so long. I'm terrible with getting time to do these things, so it's really great to be here with you all. And just a quick hello to everybody at Stacker Social. I hope you're all okay. They're all looking fabulous. But yeah, I'm good. How are you, by the way? You okay?
Yeah, I'm really, really good. It has. I think we spoke about this maybe a couple of months ago. We sort of penciled it in advance. I know you've been really busy working on some stuff. I know you work really hard as well. You're a family guy, so you've got a lot going on. But yeah, genuinely, thank you for making the time to do this. We've probably got about 2 hours of you, and I can't wait to dive into it tonight, mate.
Yep, same. I've got a pen and paper to make notes of all the things that you've done to embarrass me. All right, it's not a very big notepad.
If it's any consolation, Si, I did put myself out on one last week, and I did get roasted. So you know, I'm willing to take one for the team if needs be. But tradition is, Si, when we start, we won't go straight into the questions that I've prepared. We always ask questions which have been very kindly left for you by last week's guest. However, unfortunately for you, last week we had quite a large panel, so I've got an abundance of questions for you. Are you ready to answer some of them?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, okay. I am.
Now, I will apologise. There's only one person's question who I haven't got, and that was, I'm going to give a shout out to Nemo, who actually won the roast, can't find his question. So if anyone in the chat can remember that question, let me know. He works night shifts, so I've not been able to get hold of him today. I think he's sleeping. So I'm really sorry, Nemo, but congrats on the win. But I do have everyone else's questions. So we'll start with Benson's. This is just to ease you inside. Nice, easy questions, okay?
Okay. Go for it.
So the question for you, Si, from Benson is, do you believe in aliens, or do you believe that they are demons in disguise that are working with the elite that run the world?
Oh my God. I believe that we're not alone. I believe there are things out there 100%. Demons, do you know what? After listening to what you've done recently, or what you've said recently on a video, I'm starting to believe it more and more, I think. So, yeah, demons could be that could be a thing. I think you're probably the living proof for everyone here that could be a thing. It could be real. So, yeah. But I definitely believe we're not alone. If that means anything. But, but what you've, I think you would. Was it the What podcast you were talking with Andy on, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I appeared on that to share an experience. So I have I have experienced some things. I couldn't say what they are, but like you said, I believe we are not alone.
That was insane, that story. Gripping.
Yeah, yeah, but I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's hard to elaborate on. But no, you've answered it perfectly. Yeah, we've touched on this a few times actually. It's a very interesting question. But yeah, I'm the same as you, Si. I don't believe we are alone. I have my own reasons for that, personally, but it's an interesting topic. And yeah, I suppose a great question from Benson just to start you off. Nice and easy, like I said, mate. Nice and easy.
straight in there. Well done, Benson. Great question. Not a question that I get asked very often.
No, no, definitely not. I think you might be saying that about a few of these, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I've got a question from Nerd UK. This is an interesting one, Si. So Nerd UK says, Si, what is your most spicy or controversial opinion that most people disagree with?
Oh my goodness.
It's a really hard question.
That most people disagree with.
Yeah, that most people disagree with.
That Manchester United will always be better than Liverpool Football Club.
Well, I agree with that personally. Not sure what everyone else in the chat thinks, but I mean,
Right,
you know,
I'm watching for Nerd to reply. Is he in?
uh, yeah, no, I mean, from my point of view, that's a perfect answer. 'Cause, once again, 2 out of 2 here, Si. I agree with your answers completely. As a United fan that I am, yeah, I know
I
there's
know
some Liverpool fans in the house.
you was probably expecting something a bit more philosophical or something a bit more intelligent than that. But I genuinely don't. I'm not one for spouting opinions. I like to keep most of them to myself. So
Yeah,
you know, other than obviously Manchester United being the greatest footballer team ever.
yeah,
No, that's it. I'll stop at that.
yeah. I'm happy to stop at that because I think it's a true statement to to
Oh,
end on.
actually, no. Something has come to mind.
Oh,
No, something has come to mind. I believe that Kylie Minogue is underrated as an artist.
there we go.
My missus has just shouted. No, I'm not say what she just shouted.
It's a very interesting one. I wasn't expecting that. Are you a fan of Kylie Minogue?
No, not at all. Can't stand her.
What you
But
think she's
I
underrated?
believe. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think she's a talent.
That's fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
she
say
is. She's good. She's good live. She's perfect. You know, she hits the right market. She's a sellout at every gig. Just wonderful. She's gorgeous as well. She got the whole package. So yeah,
there
but
we go.
you know, some of her old stuff. I mean, you know, when you used to talk about guilty pleasures on your iPods. Do you remember
Yeah,
iPods? You used to talk about what was your guilty pleasure. You used to go through a playlist, and there's always embarrassing songs you never really wanted to show your friends. And
yeah.
one of my guilty pleasures was a specific song by Kylie Minogue that I used to play all the time. Just the one. Her other stuff can do one. I don't really like it, but she had one song, and I can't remember the bloody name of it now.
Oh, I was going to ask you.
It's called "Put Yourself in My Place." It wasn't one of her best known songs, but loved it.
Put yourself in my place. I'm going to have to listen to that
Yeah,
after the podcast. I
it's
can't.
great.
Yeah, there we go. I wasn't expecting that answer. So yeah, fair play. That's a good one. I don't know what you're going to answer to this next one. I'm particularly interested. This question, Si, comes from the coin cutter. Okay. And he
Okay.
wants to know, he says, if you had to have, so you have to have it, theoretical situation, mate, but if you had to have a piece of silver tattooed on your forehead, what would it be and why? Life or
Tattooed
death?
on
You
my
have to have
forehead.
a tattoo.
Um, it can't be an effigy of somebody because that'd look really weird. Although a tattoo on the forehead of a coin would be anyway. I think. What's my favourite kind of pattern? So it's got to be an Oriental bordered Brit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Love Lady Britannia, as you all know. That's a tick. And the Oriental border, it's actually on my poker chip. If you look really closely at the poker chip you got in front of you, you'll see there's an Oriental border on there because I absolutely adore that on a Britannia. So,
There is.
Yeah, let's go for that.
I don't want to grab it right now and put it close to the camera because if I start touching the setup, everything falls over. But I can see with my own eyes, it does. I rate that. You're coming up with some really good answers considering you had no time to prepare, Si. I think you're doing very well.
I don't know. I just can't believe I've just confessed to the Kylie Minogue thing. Oh my God. Is this going on YouTube?
What, the song?
No, this podcast.
Oh, it'll be, so it's recorded, and it will go on YouTube. Unfortunately, I think you reminded me of this once, I think it was section 2 of Stacker Social Live rules and regulations. Anything said on the live you can't go back on it.
Let me just write this down. Ask Craven to delete Kylie comment in final edit.
That means basically if I don't do that, I'll never get any more Cardiff Gold pens, right?
Yes. And also what goes on in here stays in here. All right, guys?
Okie doke. Well, Si, we've got one more question from last week, then we'll move on to stuff that I personally want to ask you. And the last one is from the producer, Diaxis. And this is an interesting question. So, if a coin's, and I know I say that wrong, if a coin's value was not determined by its monetary value, but by the memories it held, what coin do you have that's worth the most to you? So one that you have.
That's worth the most.
Yeah, based on the values based on the memories it's held. It's a good question.
Yeah. So like if a coin could speak, it could tell 1,000 stories kind of a thing. Is that what the angle we're kind of going with?
I believe so, yes.
Mm-hmm. I think just a Gothic florin. They are fascinating to me. You see, I'm not really into that side of collecting. It's not due to ignorance. It's about time and learning and getting the time to learn about all the pre-decimal stuff. But just to see where that Gothic florin that I own has been, whose pockets it's been in, that's the thing that fascinates me the most about the older coins. Where's it come from? From the point it was minted to the point where it ended up in my little treasure chest. I'd love to know. I think everyone's in the same boat. I don't think it's just me, but
no, I'm with you, mate.
Those Gothic florins. And I wonder if they looked at those Gothic florins because they are one of the most amazing designs. I wonder if they looked at them back in the day like we do with modern coins and think, that is so bloody beautiful. That's one of the greatest coins ever made. Be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they did a great job on that, and I'm so interested as well. I've had a few of the vintage pieces, the pre-decimal, and I always ask myself, I wonder what exchanges has this been involved in? Has some Victorian bloke used this for a pint 100 years ago or whatever, right? It's very interesting. Obviously, there's no way to track that. There's no way to know, but just knowing the history it holds, it's kind of crazy.
It really is, yeah. Luke's just said in the chat that he feels the same with his sovereigns. It's the same with sovereigns as well. I mean, you're probably talking a completely different class of person that held those sovereigns back in those times, the 1800s. But you had to be pretty well off to own a crown or a half crown, didn't you? So, yeah, lots to be said about the old coins.
It is, and I think a certain TSC would appreciate your answer to that one. I know he's a big fan of the Gothic. I know for sure that one.
Yeah, he's the reason that I even discovered them, because I would say up until probably 2 years ago, until the point where we met doing this Stacker Social, that I knew nothing of Predecimal at all. Absolutely nothing. And I feel like I know so much more now because of TSC. He's just been an amazing sort of mentor when it comes to Predecimal stuff. And obviously then you start watching all the YouTube videos and getting to know a bit more, don't you? So, but like I say, it's not an ignorance or a dislike for it. It's just literally, there's just so much to learn, and so much. Like, what impresses me about TSC is also the way that he can just tell you who designed the portrait of Queen Elizabeth, or the kings before her, or it's just amazing. That's just
it's not
amazing.
just that. It's also the mintage figures, the reigns of the monarchs at the time that were on those coins, and what was going on at that time. He spoke for about 20 minutes once on a Stack Chat about the Viking era, and the detail he went into. I mean, I love Vikings in terms of, like, I'll watch the series, the films, stuff like that. But in terms of the actual knowledge of history, it's pretty incredible. Hats off to him.
Weirdly though, you're talking about Vikings. Just I love watching that show. I think it was on Amazon Prime, wasn't it?
Yeah, Vikings was brilliant.
But didn't you find? I thought the best bits were when they invaded the UK. It was just really interesting to see how they depicted the first kings of England, and I just loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the back and forth with the king, and and I have to say, when he got a bit older, Ragnar Lothbrok, was it? Is that his name? The main guy?
Yep.
He was sporting quite a cool beard, I believe, and I just want to give credit to you, mate. I mean, I'm a bearded man myself, but your beard is very impressive. Is there any tips you could advise? We'll move on to the stacking stuff after, but in terms of beard maintenance, how do you do it?
It's not an easy thing growing a beard. First of all, you have to be a patient person. That's first and foremost. And, it says a lot about somebody if they can grow, a relatively nice looking beard. Get through the itching phase by using beard oil. Just get it right down to the skin, stops all the itching. That's where people normally give up on a beard, when they start scratching like hell. But beard oil, get it in there. You won't have to worry about that ever again. And also, when you get your first proper beard cut, go to a barber's that deals with beards. And then watch what he's doing and what equipment he uses. And then keep going until you're confident enough you could do it to yourself. And so that's what I've done. So I used to go to a beard barber a couple of miles away. He's really, really good at it. Fantastic. I mean, he actually looked after it to the point it was like down here. And
wow.
I got entered into the Beard World Championships at one point,
No way.
I didn't enter. I didn't enter it. Someone actually sent a picture of me, and they entered me automatically without any consent or anything. They just did it. I don't know who did it. But I saw my picture come up, and I was tagged on a Facebook group a couple of years ago, probably about 5 years ago now. But my beard was huge. It was massive. I'll have to dig out a photo and show you all how big it was.
Well,
but the trick is, if you want a really good beard and save yourself a lot of money, learn how it's done. Just watch what they're doing to you on a good beard barber and just take over and do it yourself. And that's what I do now. So,
credit to you. Talking about beards, I've just seen from Tony D, who's posted a picture in the chat. I think this is one of the best coins. It's got you on there. It's from Valui, and you can see a beard on there. That's a really cool round that's been made. That's so cool.
It is cool. It does look like me. Yeah, I think so.
And of course,
let's see if I can.
There is an abundance of memes. Lots of beard memes, guys. Love to see it.
No, I don't have any here. They're all upstairs. I thought I had some sunglasses like that. I've got some round sunglasses, steampunk style.
There we go. One for another day. We will see the picture of your beard in its prime condition. World Championship entry level condition. That's impressive. But thank you for answering the first few questions. Guys in the chat, as you know, we will have a dedicated segment where it is all about you and your questions for the special guest, Sai. and we'll be focused on that fully as we go through the first half. I've got some questions that I'm going to go through with Si. I have a second device open, but it's got my questions listed out. So if I don't see anything in the chat, Si, I'm sure you'll pick some things out if you see it, but I'm not ignoring anyone in the chat. I'm just getting through my questions, and then I'll be fully focused on you. So there we go. So Si, are you ready for my questions?
Go for it.
Okay.
Let's have it.
So, serious question here. So, if somebody made a documentary about your life, would it be called The Chronicles of Stacking, Lord of the Blings, or something completely different?
It would be something completely different. Yeah.
Do you have an idea what you'd call it?
I had no idea, because I think my life's very much like everyone else's. Seriously. So there's nothing really special. And obviously, the stacking thing's a relatively new sort of thing over the last 4 or 5 years, or however long it is. So, oh my God, I don't know what I'd call it. But it is a wild ride. My life. 100%.
Well, maybe we'll find out some little snippets, a little bit more.
Maybe.
As we go through. We'll see. Well, whatever you want to give out. But yeah, I thought that'd be an interesting question to start on, and we will talk about stacking now. And I asked this question and I word it differently, but it's always a good starting point. I've heard you on different podcasts. I've heard you talk before. I've seen your videos, which I love, by the way. But I did want to ask you, for the purpose of this podcast, if you don't mind, what first sort of drew you into precious metals and collecting? Was there a particular moment or item that really hooked you in, Si?
Yeah, so about 7 years ago, I've never spoken about this at all on any podcast or anything. About 7 years ago, I had a serious spinal injury, and it was that bad that I was being paralyzed by it, and it was getting to a point I couldn't walk, I couldn't use my hands, I couldn't feel anything in my legs and my feet. You could literally stab me in the legs and I wouldn't feel it. I was in a really, really bad way, but I had an operation. Luckily, it fixed it, and I'm like 90% the man I was. And they basically replaced my neck with a titanium neck. So basically, I broke my neck. And while I was lying, because I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk, because when they do these operations on your neck, they have to go in through the front. So sorry for being a bit graphic, but what they do is they cut you here, and they clamp all your pipes, if you like, to the side, and then pull out the discs that were damaged from the front. That's the only way they can get to them. So you can't speak for weeks after this operation. And I was basically, because I'd lost my feet and my legs, my arms, my hands, and everything was just going. I couldn't really walk, so I was laying on my back for a few weeks after the operation in recovery. And those kind of life-changing events, we'll say, make you really evaluate everything in your life that's important, everything that you sort of need to get sorted out for the future. It was all coming to me. It was like, Jesus, I was so close to being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. And I've got away with that one big time. And everything changed for me. It wasn't just planning for my future, because that was the next big thing. It was also evaluating friendships as well. And people, when you were in a time of crisis, the people that weren't there for you, all of that stuff. I was lying on my back for 8 weeks and never saw really anybody, which, made me feel pretty terrible as a person. But it makes you evaluate that and sort of realize who are the people that are there for you. It's time to put things into place for my future, i.e. pension, get all that all in order, will sorted, everything put in order, all the affairs put in order for the people that really cared for me and really loved me at that time. So I got everything in order. So the pension was sorted, and the ISAs were sorted out, made sure everything was going to the people that, just in case anything happened to me, it was all sorted. But, I was lucky enough to get a job where it was a lot better paid than what I was doing most of my life before that. So I changed my job. That was another thing I had to change, lying there on your back, contemplating life. Changed my job, became a truck driver, and it basically doubled my salary. It's a fantastic pay if you find the right company. Anyway, rambling on, sorry about this, but it kind of makes sense because, I had this extra money, I had a disposable income, so I was looking then into what I've got this little bit of extra money. Where can I invest it? I've got my stocks and shares ISA, I've got my pension. It'd just be nice to have something else. So I remember being on my travels in my truck, and on the side of the M4 motorway, not far outside of Bristol, I saw a sign by Bullion by Post, and I just didn't really understand what exchanging cash for gold meant. It was kind of didn't make any sense whatsoever for me. So, like everyone else that's probably hearing this chat right now, you start researching it a bit harder, mainly watching YouTube videos, as it was in my case. And, one of the first people I came across was Future Investments. And he's a friend now. He's a great guy. And he was fantastic, which then led me on to 365 and then the Stack Collector. And, all the others came, Backyard Bullion, everyone else started to come after that. A million more of you started to come, which is great to see. And that's pretty much it. That's where it all started. But I've always said, though, that, if you look at prioritizing your finances, just, make sure that the important ones are there at the top of that list of priorities. Don't ever go into silver and gold as a priority for, investing into your future. It's not the best thing out there. Get your pension sorted if you're lucky enough to have a job. If you can't, stocks and shares ISAs, if you've got at least 10 to 15 years left in you to save, that's where you go. Just make sure that, silver and gold, I think, this is my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, but I just believe that silver and gold should be the last thing you should consider with your hard-earned money. But that's it. I'm sorry for that massive ramble and a bit of a story, but it was a fundamental turning point in my life. It's hard to put into words. It changed me. Lying on my back in recovery from that operation just changed my life in so many ways, and it's been such a positive thing. I've become a harder human being, but for the right reasons. I haven't got time for time wasters. I haven't got time for, life's precious to me now, and I'm just happy being in my bubble, whether that just be my immediate family here and my family in Scotland, and obviously you guys here, all my friends here. I'm happy with that. I'm content with that. If that's my life going forward, it's not a bad life, eh?
Not at all, mate. There's a couple of things I want to say to that. Yeah, I want to add to that you definitely don't need to apologise. It wasn't a ramble. I was sat back and really taken on board what you were saying there. The first thing I want to say, Si, is thank you for sharing that and being open about that. And you've touched on it just then with what you said. It's a life-changing event. I was just going to ask that, based off of that and the reflection that you had personally during that period, with all the aspects of life you mentioned and your priorities, I was going to say, do you feel like the positive of such a life-changing event, which at the time was, not positive, but looking back, do you think that made you a stronger person?
Yeah, I was always one of these kind of characters. My personality before that particular point in my life, my character was, I just wanted to be liked. I would do anything to be liked. I wasn't really comfortable with being the center of attention if I walked in a room, but I kind of felt that it was important to be that, if that makes sense. I was that kind of a character. Yeah. I just wanted to be liked. It's a weird character trait, and it's, Jesus, how bad that was for me trying to, it's exhausting, and just being nice all the time is just not healthy if you're not happy about something. So yeah, it changed my personality. It changed everything. but I'm a better person for it, I believe. Other people might say differently, but you know, you can really weed out when you take stock, when something like a shock happens to you or something terrible happens in your life. My God, can it be the most positive thing, you know? And that's how you should always treat life. I think if it throws you under the bus, or if you feel like it throws you under the bus, which it has done a lot to me over the years, just keep smiling, because you're going to be all right. If you want it to be all right, it's going to be all right. And have a positive outlook. And you know, sometimes you can't do it on your own. Sometimes you need friends, and sometimes you need a bit of help. There's no shame in asking for it, because if you get the right help from the right people, my God, you know, you will become something really special at the end of it. And yeah,
you're giving out some really wise words. It's funny, really, because I'm always thinking about what questions I'm going to ask, and you know where I want to take the conversation in a podcast. And I can truthfully say, Si, I've sat back. I'm not looking at what questions I've got, and I really mean this, mate. I am just fully engaged, as if I'm just sat in the audience listening to what you are saying. And I think there is so much value in the words that you're saying, and I appreciate you sharing that message.
it's always good to hear advice of people that have really been through it. You know, and I know there's a lot in the community that have been through so much and still go through so much. And
Yeah.
you know, if you can't hear it from me that you're not on your own and we're always here for you, you know, my God, you know, even the founders of the group and the admins, they've been through a lot too. We're not support specialists, but my God, we can lend a good ear and, you know, help you through anything. And it can be helping you through investing as well, you know, just sharing life experiences and, you know, our financial lives as well, because, you know, we're here because we're quite open about, you know, how we save our money or what investments we've got. So we're more than happy to speak to people. You know, I feel like I don't get enough DMs about people asking our advice on certain things. You know, I know we're not financial advisors. I know we don't proclaim to be, but you know, we are there, and it's not just for, you know, moral support or mental support or anything. We are there for other things too. So, you know, my inbox is always open to people if you need a bit of a, you know, if you want to know what I'm investing in, if you want to know which specific shares I'm investing in that have really, really done well for me, then, you know, I'm more than happy to share that. So give me a DM and I'll be glad to share that with you. But yeah, you know, I mean, you often ask the question on here, what is the meaning of life? And I'm sorry if that's already a question of yours, but, you know,
No, it's
kind of
not,
fits
actually.
into this. I think, you know, the meaning of life is live it how you want to live it. But for God's sake, all of the good stuff that you do take from life, the best thing you can do is pass down that good stuff to people that really need it. They need to hear it, or they might just need that little bit of wisdom and that bit of a hand on their shoulder to make sure they avoid certain pitfalls in life. You know, live your life however you want to live it. But my God, take the good bits and just pass it down, because you don't understand. You know, there's a lot of people that don't have family they can rely on. So, you know, please, please, please just share that with people, and you won't understand how much good that does. You know,
I
so
echo that fully.
yeah, yeah,
And based on what you said there, is for me the barrier within that I would urge people to think about, based on what Si's just put really well, is especially in this community, the support is there. Si mentioned his door's always open, which is great to hear. Is just talk if you're feeling something, or you want to have, even if it's a question about stacking, or you're not feeling too good, just talk more, because I'm guilty of it. The reason I'm saying this is because sometimes if you're not sure, or you're not feeling the best, or just whatever it is, without going into detail, the one mistake people make a lot, I'm sure you'd agree, Si, is just that element of just speaking to one person, just a nice little, just having a pair of ears,
yeah.
like Si said, and the good that can do just by putting that out into the open, having a chat about it is a game changer. And I would urge anyone that's feeling any sort of way, just speak. My door's open always as well.
That's really nice of you too. And we are all a family here, and we've got to look after each other, guys. you know, there's nothing wrong with being nice. It's one of the nicest things you'll ever do in life is just pass down the good bits. You might not have kids, that's fair enough, but there's always someone that will benefit, whether it's someone in here, if this is all you've got, there are people that are really happy to hear what you've got to say. If it's positive, especially, if it's negative, then people can guide you. But, all the positive stuff, don't keep it locked in, share it. And the whole world will be a better place, I can assure you. Especially your world, the immediate world around you. So, yeah.
Really well said, mate. You're full of wisdom, and it's great to hear these types of things and put in the way that you have. You mentioned the life-changing experience with your neck, your back, the surgery, and once again, thank you for sharing that. And then you mentioned the reflection, and then where you tied into starting Stacker Social, stacking, that kind of thing. I wanted to ask you, off the back of that, since starting Stacker Social and obviously building your collection, what's been the biggest lesson or maybe the biggest surprise that you've had along the way?
Yeah, don't go in too fast. It's that simple.
Yeah,
that is the biggest one, and we've all done it. We've all done it. You see, I don't know what it is. I really can't put my finger on it, but obviously you see a million YouTube videos when you start researching gold and silver investing, and you're seeing everyone with these humongous stacks of silver and gold, and you just look at the screen and go, I want that. I really want that, And don't get me wrong, we still kind of do, when you look at Cobra Stacker, it's like, I want that, little and often, dollar cost average, they call it. If you're not sure what that is, it's just set a budget. I have been so strict with a budget. So I've got a £200 budget every month. And sometimes, because life always comes first, sometimes I don't put £200 into silver or gold because my missus might want a fancy meal somewhere, or she might want to go to Scotland and get a fancy hotel. You can't say anything to that. And life always comes first. That's another big thing as well. Do life. Just seeing so much in people's stacks, and it's just so tempting to just go and buy tubes. And dollar cost averaging is always the way with this. But the only issue with that, with silver in particular, is that you have to kind of buy a lot of it, don't you? You have to.
Yes.
It's not like gold where you can just buy a gram a month if you like. That's, what's that, 3 ounces of silver, just for argument's sake. Say 3 ounces of silver. It soon adds up. Dollar cost average, guys, and life first. Let's say 2 things. But,
that's really good.
I'm really strict with the budget, though. I mean, it's £200, and then sometimes I just don't fancy buying silver or gold, and then that £200 becomes £400 in the next month, and then before you know it, you've got a sovereign. So just be strict, and don't be unrealistic. If you've only got 20 quid a month spare or a tenner a month spare, just keep saving it until you can afford that.
Britannia,
that 1 ounce of silver. Yeah, exactly. And I would always suggest that if you are struggling for cash and finding it difficult to stack precious metals, then go for Britannias, go for the boring stuff. Unfortunately, because you'll always be able to liquidate them really, really quickly, and it's a fail safe, really. Everyone wants them, don't they? It doesn't matter how long you've been stacking. Everyone wants a Britannia, don't they? So.
I've only been stacking size since April, but I joined Stacker Social. I bought a 1 ounce silver Britannia. That's where it began for me. And within that time, from my own experience, like I say, I've got less experience than probably 90% of the people in here. But what I've learned just since April is pretty much in line with what Sai just said. I'm actually at a point now where you mentioned it being boring, but I'm actually more interested in just stacking Britannias for the silver as and when I can. You mentioned dollar cost averaging. It's a great way to sort of not put yourself at too much risk. You're buying little bits at different prices as the market fluctuates. You're not committing to one certain point, so you cover your back there. But the boring stuff is good. It's liquid, and the big thing I've learned is, and you've sort of touched on this, but don't give in to the FOMO. And I'm saying this from someone that when I first started, I mentioned you can watch like a Cobra video or all these amazing channels. People that have got a lot of gold in the treasure chest, and you think, oh, I want that, I want this. Or the Royal Mint, which they do every couple of weeks. They release a new, I don't know, Myths and Legend or something. You don't have to buy it, and I'm guilty of doing that. I've done it a few times. You don't have to buy everything when it comes out. Would you agree with that, Si?
I do. I do. And, I was just thinking then, it's quite easy to say that this entire community, you could say, and it could be an argument I'll set off in the chat, but you could say this entire community is built around FOMO. I think the way that we go about, I think the way that we go about doing our videos on YouTube, it's like, look what we've got. That's basically what we do. And it's that same, I want that. And you go and buy it. But, if you really love something and you can afford to do it, don't worry about FOMO. Just go and do it. If it makes you happy, but always have one eye, right? Always have one eye. Is it going to sell if I need to sell it? Always have that. And, you can get that kind of information from the marketplaces that are around on here or, Facebook, even Cobra's auctions. You just keep an eye out. What's selling, what isn't selling. What are people liking, what they're not liking. Because that can really help with the FOMO thing. Because, I think we're all in that. I'm the same. I'm no different to anybody when it comes to FOMO. Queen's Beast Completers, the new ones. I went crazy. But
a lot of people did. That there was a lot of hype about them, lots of content. They were a big deal at the time.
Yeah, really, really good. And do you know what? I actually took a bit of a bet on all mine, though. Mine was a bit different. I'm not a betting man. I don't gamble, but I bought them thinking it could be the last ever product from the Royal Mint with the Queen's effigy on it. And I believe they're going to be releasing some new products with the bloody Queen on them.
Well, you know what? When I heard that it was going to be the last time that they released products with Queen Elizabeth on them, I just thought there's no way they don't. Even if obviously rest in peace to her, she's no longer here. I still think that they will. There's a market for it, and a lot of the information I'm getting now is that even if you just base it on a Britannia, people are actually preferring to have Queen Elizabeth than Charles. It's a mixed opinions, but I'm just talking from conversations I've had. People would prefer the Queen's portrait on there. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Is there a reason for that? Does it just look nicer, or people just prefer Elizabeth?
Yeah, I think it's just what they prefer. I think, the depictions all through the years of Elizabeth and Victoria, to be fair, have always been fantastic things to collect. I think that probably appeals to the collectors more than it does to someone like me, because personally, for me, I couldn't care less what effigy's on the back of a coin as long as I've got the weight. What I will say, though, is that, the Charlie stuff, we might not have him for long. So that stuff could become pretty valuable, There's nothing to say it won't be. The poor guy's gone through it, hasn't he, with his cancer diagnosis, and we've not really heard many updates about how he's doing, which is never good. Exactly. You never know. It could be a very short-lived monarchy on this occasion. So, and then you sort of go back, and let's just say that does happen, and then William comes in. Then I don't think William's stuff will be as appealing as Charles's at that particular time because of that reason. So, I prefer as a design to look at a design just for its collectible and its gorgeousness. I think Queen Elizabeth. I think the Gillick design has always been a very popular one.
Yeah.
you know, they've all been really, really elegant. Every single one of them. I think the Royal Mint have done us proud with the Queen's effigy. King Charles, you know, it's perfect really because it's just something that we'll always remember. They've even given massive ears, and if you look on the Britannia, he's got like a bird in his ear as well, which is really, really cool. If you look really closely, he's got a shape of a bird on the earlobe. I think it's
didn't know
Britannia,
that.
isn't it? Yeah, it's really crazy. I think it's the
Wow.
Britannia. Don't quote me though. But yeah, you
No.
have to look really hard. But yeah,
Well, something you
it's like
just
a
said
security
there,
feature.
Si. Yeah, I'll have to
Mhm.
look at that because I didn't know. But there was something that you just said there that really stood out to me because you mentioned, you know, you're not too fussed. You're not like a hardcore collector as such, but you are a collector of fine things. And I'd like to ask you, you know, you're a collector of fine things outside of precious metals. So could you share your favorite piece in your collection and what makes that piece special to you?
Yeah. Hang on, 2 seconds. I might have it here.
Oh, here we go.
So
Here's one I prepared earlier.
I love fountain pens, as you all probably know,
Yes.
and I like the old-fashioned dipping it in the ink and getting the old-fashioned ink. So I've got ink bottles all over the place. You know, I'd love to do a bit of handwriting, and yeah, I've got like a tray full of really quite rare fountain pens. I mean, and these you won't be able to see this, but this is like an anodized orange metal fountain pen. You can just see that. And you can only get these. These are an American release, and I got two. I've actually got one that's unboxed, and that's put away. But that's only like it's an £80 pen. They're not cheap. These aren't, but it writes so bloody beautifully. It's like a gunmetal, as you can see on the cap. It's got a really satisfying pop.
Oh yeah.
There you go. And that's really,
ASMR.
really cool. That's one of my favourites. I love that. I love black and orange as general colour scheme. I think it's amazing. Let me see if I've got another one here. I've got like a Chinese one that it's like I've got hand etched designs on it.
Are these a
There we go.
hobby to you, or are these were these classed as an investment?
Some are like this would be an investment, yeah, but this is a, you know, there's a special technique they use to get the designs. It's very, I don't know whether you can see
Wow.
that like Chinese designs on there, and they do Japanese designs as well. But it's a screw top. It's got actual gold nib on that one. It's an 18 karat gold nib.
Wow.
And they write, you know, anything with a proper gold nib writes so smoothly. It doesn't scratch the paper or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fountain pens are my thing. You know, I've basically hoard them, and this is another absolutely beautiful. Now, this is a resin pen, and it's just resin. But you know, when you really look at this pen, it seems to go on forever. It's like looking inside a universe. It's cleverly done and it's handmade. And it's a company called Narwhal, and it's named after that whale with the horn.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's got like a unicorn horn on it.
No. Well. Yeah.
That is an awesome pen. It's got a little ink window there, so you can see if your ink's running out. But I love these. I mean, yeah, I've got so many pens. Oh my god,
That's really interesting.
fountain pens. I literally got a whole drawer here, just full. And then I've got this here is an ink that you can't get anymore, and you can see it's got a gold lid on it. And it's a company called Pelikan. Pelikan make really high-end fountain pens, really expensive. But they also do this Edelstein brand, which is a brand of ink. And this is called Golden Beryl. Now, when you look underneath, it needs shaking up to make this. It's kind of a shimmer. They call it a shimmer ink. So that's real gold particles in there.
What's the purpose of that?
So when you dip your pen in and write, you're going to get sparkles. Oh, come on. Hello. Yeah, you get sparkles all over your handwriting. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful effect. It's like a glitter effect.
That's incredible.
But,
I wasn't aware of that.
I've only ever opened that once. I've opened that once, and I wrote a letter to 365 to do an unboxing on one of his videos. And he got one made out. You basically, you're handwriting with pure gold. Yeah. 24 karat gold.
Do you know what? I remember, Si, we had a brief conversation about pens a little while back because you said you thought about me when you were looking at a release of a pen. I think it was a Lord of the Rings one, and I'm
Mhm.
obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I absolutely love it. Did you get that pen at all, or was that just one you'd
No,
seen?
that it was a Kickstarter campaign by a really famous company called Ferris Press Wheel, and they make beautiful inks. I don't know whether I've got one here to show you. I know I've got one upstairs. It's in my backdrop of my videos. Actually, you can see it where my little shelving bit, right in the middle of the shot. There's a
Yeah,
shelving bit. There's a little ink bottle with a gold lid. Now they make fountain pens as well, but they're mainly known for their inks. They do all the shimmer inks and they do some incredible colours. Oh my god! But they've made it. They did it on Kickstarter, and I kind of missed the Kickstarter campaign. They got the license for Lord of the Rings, and on the cap of the pen, so this bit sort of here, this is the sort of banding around the cap, if you like.
yeah.
There's always a banding on caps. So this silver ring piece here, that sounded so wrong.
There's a joke in there somewhere,
Yeah,
mate.
that they've actually put the elven ring, the actual ring. They've actually made that on the cap of all the pens. Now the pens are £174 each, and they're not even gold nibs.
Wow.
They're just steel nibs, but they are incredible. So you've got a Sauron one, you've got like a Gandalf one, or something like that. You got all a bit similar to Hogwarts, where you got all the houses.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, incredible, and they do inks to correspond with that as well, and the ink bottles are just beautiful. So yeah,
I can
Ferris
tell
Wheel Press.
just from hearing you speak. It just leaked out of you, mate. I can tell it's a hobby, it's a passion of yours, and something I honestly don't know anything about. So thank you for kind of giving us a bit of a show and tell there. You have quite a few just to hand. If you had to,
Yeah.
as a quick fire question, the last one on this, if you had to guess just roughly how many pens you own, how many do you reckon it would be? Or do you not want to admit?
How many fountain pens do you think I own? 18? Ooh. Yeah, probably 18 or 20 then.
Oh, about
Yeah.
20. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
you,
they've
you
all
have
been
got quite
inked.
the collection.
Yeah.
Lovely
Oh,
stuff. Well,
I've
yeah,
got one in my backdrop. It's in my YouTube studio, and you'll see it. There's a silver pen in my backdrop, and that's my most valuable pen.
there we go.
And that is a Waterman. Everyone knows Waterman, I suppose. Waterman Paris. Anyway, it's made out of pure sterling silver on the barrel and the cap, and it's got 24 karat gold on the clip and the banding, and the nib is 18 karat gold. And
Wow.
it's basically they've discontinued that pen now. They don't make those anymore, but it's got like a beautiful cross hatching on the barrel of the pen and the cap. And literally, when they stopped making that pen, the value just shot through the roof. So I could probably get 500 quid for that pen now.
Crikey, do you mind me asking, what did you initially pay for it?
I didn't. It was given to me by my dad. My dad worked and lived in Saudi Arabia, and
Okay.
he went to an airport in Saudi Arabia and bought me it. And I just put it in the drawer. So I'm never going to use a fountain pen. I'm like 20 years old. What the hell? And just basically it was in a drawer for about 20 years. And then when I got into fountain pens, probably, I don't know, 10 years ago or something, yeah, I thought, I'll dig it out. And then I was asking on some Facebook groups, how much is it worth? And people are like, oh my God, do you realize what you've got? I said, no, it was in a drawer for 20 odd years. And the people were telling me how much it was worth, what it was called. I think the name is a Waterman Le Caton, is the way that they said it.
Le Pepin.
Le Caton. Le Caton.
Le Pepin.
I'm sure it's an L apostrophe EC ATON or something like that. Le Caton. I'm sure it's that. I might be wrong. I can't remember.
There's probably a pen out there somewhere called that.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing is, it actually came in a like a dual pack. It came in a beautiful Waterman box, which I've still got, but it came with a rollable pen, which I used at work,
Okay.
and I lost it. I lost it, and
Ah,
and then obviously having the set, you could probably command a couple of £100 more just to have the matching rollerball pen. And basically, it just appeared a few years ago, back of a drawer, and I've now got the set. So I've got,
happy days.
and it was in the right state. It toned so because it was sterling silver, it toned really, really badly.
I can
But I
imagine.
managed to get my Goddard's cleaning cloth, Goddard's, and went to town on it with the Goddard's cleaning cloth. It looks like bloody new now. You should see the sparkle on it now, Craven. Honestly,
I need to try those cloths. They work on the coinage as well, right?
yeah, but I wouldn't. You will get micro scratches. It will make your life feel a bit better for a short period of time. It will get rid of the milk spots, but and they don't come back either from what I've seen lately, which is great. But if you look really closely, my God, the micro scratching is so bad. So my advice is just do what 365's done and dip them.
Yeah, I saw that video.
That's the way to do it.
That was outstanding. I may have to try the silver dip, but Si, I was maybe that's one for another time because I want to know more about these pens. But I've got more questions for you, and I get the feeling the chat have probably got some questions for you soon as well. So I want to ask you. We spoke about some stuff in the past. We got an idea of your journey, which is very interesting, and thank you for sharing. I want to look a little bit towards the future. Obviously, I believe there's a lot of exciting things that's going to happen as Stackers Social grows. We're approaching 2,000 at the moment, which is amazing. It was on 900 when I joined in April, so it's growing fast, guys. But for you, Si, personally, what excites you most right now? Whether that's in terms of stacking, collecting, content, Stackers Social, wherever you want to go with it. And also, what can people expect to see from you in the near future?
God, there's so much. It's right. Stacker Social has become it's such a routine for me now. So, a bit like Facebook, where sometimes you used to when you first joined Facebook and it was all new and lovely. You get up in the morning. That'd be the first thing you check when you wake up. And the first thing I check when I wake up in the morning is Stacker Social. I don't use Facebook anymore now, and don't really need Facebook. It doesn't give me anything apart from people's gossip, So Anyway, it's such a routine, and it really excites me to see what's being said. And I like to go through all the rooms. I like to have a look at and 365 does it as well, and TSC as well. We all just go through all the rooms, pretty much when we wake up, see what's going on, just in case we've got some DMs that we need to reply to or whatever. And I just love that. That's great. When you see the little red icon with a number next to it, seeing how many, or you've been atted on something. I love all that. I love to see what people are trying to tell me. I think it's great. It's fascinating. It's exciting. And, because we're all doing the same thing together here. So that's really, really, really good. It's such a well-behaved place. I never really have to worry about doing a moderator thing that much these days. Considering we've got 2,000 people, it's remarkably well behaved, and it's really a nice place. And just seeing everyone, wishing everyone a happy day and a good morning with the emojis, the coffee and the handshake emojis that are used, just all that. It's just so heartwarming and beautiful to see. But it got really exciting for me, and I know it might seem a bit vain. Maybe vain. I don't know whether that's a right word, but I think when Chards came in, I thought, what, we're so on the right track
100%.
with where we want Stacker Social to be. It was such a milestone to have them here. I mean, we've had Cardiff Gold with us pretty much since right at the beginning at Telegram, and they've been incredible support of Stacker Social with our live streams. They've given so much to us to give away to everybody, thousands of pounds. And Cardiff Gold will always be probably the closest to my heart because, and I don't really like to say that, but, just being honest for a second, I think Dan and Tash and everyone, the friendship we've built up and the trust and what they've given to everybody here and us, obviously. And that brings me on to something. Just remind me about Cardiff Gold.
Tell you what I'll do,
remind me of something. Yeah.
You like pens? I'll put a Cardiff Gold pen on top of this
Yeah.
package, and then I'll remind you.
In fact, now's probably a really good time for you to open that.
Shall we open it? Let's.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be
I'm
a
going to
really
come
good
off
time.
it.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll keep talking to your fans.
Yeah, I've got the chat open on my other screen now because I had a couple more questions, and then we will move over, guys, to you. But yes, in my latest video, I unboxed a package from you, loads of good stuff,
Yeah.
quite a lot of it, or if not, well, yeah, there's a lot that you've given that's going to be given away today, guys. So stick around for that. There is a juicy giveaway, but I'll move the Cardiff Gold pen. There's
So
this.
obviously, I was just talking about Cardiff Gold. They've given so much to the community, thousands of pounds worth of giveaways that we've done through our anniversary events and milestone events, members milestones usually, and they've just been so generous. And then we just all three of us, and Silverpunk actually, he got a package, and when they sent this package just full of silver, oh my god, just for us, there was no, Dan's not one at Cardiff Gold for writing letters for everybody or anything. So I was like, what the hell's this? And we opened it, and the silver just kept coming and coming and coming. That's probably the only thing as founders and mods that we've ever received just for ourselves. We've never been paid for anything personally, because anything that comes in we give straight back to the members. So Whatnot do a few things with us as well, where they'll want us to advertise in an event, and we'll advertise an event. They'll pay us maybe £100, maybe £200, and we'll just put that back into giveaways. That's what we do. It's all accounted for. And the same with Cardiff Gold usually, but they gave us these things, and this was a really emotional unboxing. Well, I remember doing it on my YouTube channel, and it's my last piece of this unboxing. It's the last piece I've got, and I thought, you know what, I need to save that one piece for someone that does something unique and special for Stacker Social. And on you've come to entertain everybody on Sundays. And I've been so proud to have you here as not only as a friend, but as, just that source of entertainment for people to maybe eat their dinner, Sunday dinner with, and just have a really bloody good time, and bringing everyone together like you do. 40 people in here at the minute. Incredible. So I thought, you more than deserve this last piece of silver that Cardiff Gold sent me. That, all four of us got really emotional in our videos and when we unboxed these back in the day, but it was really, really special. So I hope you like it. And, it's definitely one of the most special pieces of silver I own.
Oh my God. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I've got my hands behind my back waiting for Basie to say, go on then, you can open it.
Yeah.
Should we
get it
open
it? Yeah, everyone's like sick of me talking now. Jesus, I've gone on a right ramble again.
No, that's the background story. This is going to be something quite special. And before I do open this, I'll keep it short. I'm not very good at the speech stuff side, but thank you for having me.
You don't have to do a speech. No, I talk in speeches all the time. So just open it and know that we all appreciate you, mate. And, you do this for free and we don't pay you. And I just wanted to give something, yes, it's from me, but it is from myself, 365 and TSC, because you're just brilliant, mate. And, it's such an entertaining Sunday now. And, when you go on to your big YouTube channel that's about to happen, we don't expect you to stay here forever. So we really want you all the best to you. And yeah, open that up right now because I'm going to start crying.
I don't normally get emotional, but listening to you speak,
I'm not getting emotional.
Makes me feel a bit that way, and I've not even opened it. And I can also see that 365, who did say he might not be able to make it, he has just messaged in the chat. So that's lovely that he's here for this moment. Thank you for joining me. Right, guys, let's see what Sai has sent me. Let's get this out. There's something in there. There's a note. There's, of course, a poker chip. I'll just rearrange this 1 second. If you could see how my camera's set up, Sai, you'd laugh. I've got two massive boxes and a tripod balanced on it just to get the right angle here. But let's start. We've, of course, got
Yeah, don't knock
Right.
it. It's working.
Take from this. There we go. I won't knock it. Okay.
Written with a fountain pen, that.
I can tell you've got really good writing, by the way. Okay.
No, I
I
don't.
don't know if you can see this, guys, but I'm going to read this. So, dear Craven, I want to thank you for everything that you have done for Slacker Social. Your Sundays with Craven chats have been fantastic. As a personal thank you, I have a special rare piece of silver I have kept back for the right person to receive it. I'm so glad it's now found a worthy home. Look at that beautiful signature there. Sai the Salman. Oh, that's lovely. I'm keeping that note. Thank you, Sai. I need to.
Very welcome.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
I'm keeping that note. I have like because the notes and stuff, guys, the letters for me personally, they really mean a lot. So whenever I get one, I keep them. I keep them in a safe place. I don't throw any letters I receive away, even if it's just something like a mail call. I keep it all. But I
Same.
can't wait any longer. Let's get this here. So is this in shot? Yeah. I feel really nervous, Si.
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh my god. I don't know what to do or say. Si the Salman, co-founder of Stackers Social, established 2023. Look at this. It's got there, look, Cardiff Gold.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's got the what did you call this before, mate? Wow. What's
I call
on
it an
the
Oriental border, but TSE's got the right. Someone might be able to put the real term for that border in the chat. TSE knows what it's called, but I can't remember what he calls it.
Oh, thank you so much, mate. I don't know how
You're
to
very welcome.
That's
So there was
beautiful.
10. They Cardiff Gold sent 10 of those. All of us had our rounds made in silver. We weren't expecting that, and wow, what an unboxing that was. But yeah, I'll never forget that unboxing. That was insane. And then you had that package full of 10 rounds. But that has come out like all three of us just couldn't believe how well that round came out, because it's kind of like got a frosted finish to it. It's got a shiny. It literally looks like you could put that on a coin. It's just, I was not expecting that. That was mind blowing. So I'm glad you've got it, and it'd be nice to see that with pride in your backdrops, and
I'm sorry if my reaction is less or more than more. When I'm like really shocked and taken back, I struggle to know what to say. But the words are there's two words.
Don't worry.
Thank you. Well, four words. Thank you so bloody much. I'm so proud to be part of this community that you guys have created, and I just absolutely love it. So yeah, like I was saying before, thank you for having me, and also thanks for being so supportive. You guys are great.
Oh, bless you. Well, you know what I always say, we create the foundation, you guys make it what it is. It's as simple as that. It's you guys that make it entertaining. We just police it, basically. Make sure everyone's behaving themselves. But, we do enjoy getting in these conversations as well, and doing our YouTube channels just to back it all up. And it's just, what a time to be alive. What a fantastic group.
Definitely. 100%. There's an abundance of messages that have come through. Really lovely, supportive messages. I just want to say thanks to all of you, and a lot of love coming to you, Si, for doing that as well in the chat. 100%. So generous. One of the key things about this community is so generous. Everyone's so kind, everyone's so supportive, and that's what's great of being part about a community with similar goals. Wherever you're at, whatever stage you are at, everyone's looking to help each other, and I've been helped by so many people. So yeah, thanks to everyone.
Well said.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, it's have you ever noticed though? Just going back to what you've just said. When you were saying about people being so generous. I mean, the amount of silver that gets swapped and given to people, and when you try and describe what we do here to a layman or someone that doesn't know what the hell we're all about, it's so crazy to them. What? So you actually give silver to people? Yeah, because we love people. It's like people, they don't get it. They don't get it, or the reason why we do it.
Yeah, unless you're here and see it and be part of that, you're not going to understand it. I didn't understand. I've been parts of other communities, not stacking, but other communities in the past. Nothing has ever even come close to this. Yeah, it's like nothing else, and I've said this a few times. It is literally the number one community in the world. It is amazing, and long live
It's
Stacker
cool.
Social. We're at nearly 2,000. I think we'll see. I reckon we'll see 10,000 in the next 2 years, maybe before. I really do.
Ooh, imagine.
I think so.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. It's great to get that community building up, because that's what we are. We are a community. Our sole goal is to make sure that we create that community. The Americans set the standard, didn't they, with all their huge community, and there wasn't really anything around. And obviously, 365 had the brainwave to set this up, so
Yeah.
we jumped on board, and and it's all built on basically people in this country don't know enough. So we'll just keep getting the word out there that, gold, silver investing, it's probably the most fun investment you'll ever do in your life, if there is such a thing as fun investing. But
Well,
yeah,
you touched on the
yeah,
American
crazy.
side. There's a lot of
Mm,
Americans that were in there, but the community like this wasn't necessarily the same. From what I've heard and learned, I spoke to 365 about it. He had a lot to do with the Americans before this began, and I actually think stacking would be a fairly lonely place if it wasn't for the community. The support, getting excited, doing unboxing videos, other people sharing what they're buying, and look at this. We're on a Sunday. We've got 2 hours of a good old chinwag, which I absolutely love, and it's a pleasure to have you on. And 41 people watching, and then 8 o'clock, guys. We've got Silver Punk, one of our very own pourers, doing a live auction. It's literally a super Sunday, and it's just fantastic. I really think there's so much going on. There's always something to be part of. If there's not a live, there's a poker night or whatever you want to do. There's so many different channels in here. It took me probably about a month to understand them all, but now I sort of get it.
You know what? We really feel the same way about the channels. We look at it and think, God, there's so many. And then the only way you can really cull the channels or get rid of them is that you sort of go through and see when the last messages were put in there. Most of the channels get used though, so it's really impossible to try and trim it down. And I think, with so many more people joining, I'm just going through everything now. With so many more people joining, I think we just probably need to just keep them for a bit as they are, because every single one of a lot of this is community led as well. This isn't what we've decided to do. I mean, we had a foundation, we had a basics, but this has grown with what the community have wanted. So it's kind of all down to you guys. Is why it's just full of interesting and amazing little channels. I'm
Well,
just
we've,
looking
we've
at
got
now like the Berlin Meetup channel and like the Silver Pourers channel, which is like a community that's just manifested on its own due to the evolution of Stack. It's amazing.
Si, we've even now got a fantasy football league in
I know.
Stackers Social. For the football lovers out there, there is one in there. And we had, for the first season that it's happening now, we've got 22 people in there. So that's great to be a part of. It really is.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's a good laugh. Yeah, I get really competitive though.
You're doing
So
pretty well on there,
yeah,
mate. I think you're in maybe the top 5 or 6. I think I'm about
yeah, I think
mid-table.
so.
Yeah, long
Yeah,
season though, and good luck to the guys that are in it. There's some great prizes and some fantastic donations, as there always is. Si, I've got 2 more questions for you that I was going to ask.
sure.
Obviously, we've done the unboxing. Thank you again. I'm probably going to spend about 6 hours staring at that when I come off this, and I can sort of take it all in. Yeah, I'll drop you a message as well because I can't really express my true reaction to that just now. But thank you. Last
Absolutely
two
fine. Glad you
questions.
like it.
Thank you, mate. The last 2 questions are about Stackers Social, and it is quite simple, really. I'm just kind of curious, and the questions were: A, basically, what's your favourite thing about Stackers Social? And then on the flip side of that, just to combine them as one question, is there anything about Stackers Social that you would like to change? If not, no worries. I'm just curious if you'd have a piece to say on that.
Favorite thing about Stacker Social? My God, it's going to sound a bit cliched. a bit boring. But just, you know, from my personal perspective, it's like it's whatever goes on in here day by day. It's like reading a bloody good book, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I get from this, because I spend most of my time reading through all of the rooms, because, you know, it's part of my job here is to make sure that, you know, everyone's saying the right things and just being nice. So I have to moderate the rooms, and just going through it all, and just, it is literally some of the advice, you know, that makes me so proud. I think that's it. I think when newer stackers come along and you guys then give your advice to these new guys out of your own time, out of your own goodness of your own hearts, and you just help these people shop in the right places, and that's like, you know, that's a slow clap for me. That's what I want to see. That's what I love about this community. Just head and shoulders above everything else. If we can't achieve anything here, but we can achieve people not overpaying on their bullion, my God, that's our job done here. You know, and it's all down to you guys. Seriously, because, you know, we can't actually be there all the time, you know, for these people. But, you know, when we've got an Introduce Yourself channel, which has been really fundamental for that, and we get to see who the newer stackers are. So we keep an eye on them and, you know, make sure they're getting the good advice. And if they're being given bad advice, then, you know, we'll all, you know, this is what social communities are all about, is, you know, you can all have your opinion and say, well, actually, you know, you might want to try here. And there's websites they haven't heard of because they only think that Royal Mint's the only place or to buy the bullion from. And it just gets, you know, disheartening to see that they've spent a fortune at Royal Mint, like we all have done, to start the stacks.
Yeah, that was my first silver coin.
I love that people are coming here before they're even buying their first piece of bullion as well. I think that's something I've never seen before. Normally you go on YouTube, watch all these stackers, and then, right, yeah. But with YouTube, you see, what you probably don't realize is that all our YouTube channels, they get dated very, very quickly. I mean, I remember when I first bought my first piece, a Britannia from the Royal Mint was my first ever piece. And that's because I was watching a Backyard Bullion video, and he was saying, oh, I've got an account with the Royal Mint, and I've bought this and that and this and this and that from Royal Mint. I'll go to the Royal Mint. If he's doing it with his 60,000 followers or whatever it was at the time, I'm going to go to Royal Mint. So that's the problem. And that video was probably from about 7 years ago, and that's what you got to be careful of. You know, when you're getting advice or you want to use YouTube, make sure that you're watching videos that are pretty new on the timestamps. So this is why you'll see a lot of the creators, they'll probably revisit subjects that they've probably, if you've been a fan of these guys for 5 or 6 years, they will revisit these subjects that they've probably revisited 2 or 3 years ago, because it does date very, very quickly. And, you know, what was relevant 3 years ago, as you know, with stacking guys, is probably not relevant now. So,
and the market's always changing, Si, as we know. It can surge, you know?
Yeah, and obviously the second-hand marketplaces are getting huge now. I mean, that's another thing we're really proud of here, is the marketplace. It's free to use. Obviously, there is risk to it, which is, you know, what probably the only thing we're uncomfortable with it. But what can you do? It's no different to any other second-hand marketplace. But we try and counteract that the best we can with the feedback system, which is really important. You know, we're always of a belief that reputation in the community is fundamental. You know, be nice, be good, be useful, and people will buy from you. And, you know, my God, is that important? You know, don't be a Wally. You heard it from Uncle Si. Don't be a Wally, be a stacker. There you go. Put that on your poker chip.
There's so much good that comes from Stackers Social. I mean, there may not be. I would struggle to think of anything really, but was there anything that you'd maybe change at all or look to improve?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of out of our hands what we'd like to improve. I think it's a Discord thing. I just think, you know, what they've done on... I noticed this yesterday, actually, when I've just come back from holiday in Scotland, and they on Discord on the PC on a personal computer. Obviously, it'll happen on a laptop. I've got a desktop here, but they've separated. They've put a gap between all the categories now, so it's not all just one row of text with all the categories and channels. So I like that. But if it was up to me, then that would it's a Discord issue more than it is a Stacker Social issue. But there's so much they could improve with just. If you've got a lot to say, which we have in this community, obviously with the amount of rooms we've got, then we need to have it a bit more attractive on, because we have to put emojis on all the categories to try and separate them all, so it's less overwhelming for newcomers. So yeah, just ease of use and just because it is overwhelming to new people. I'm looking at all this now.
I've been in since April, mate, and I probably would say only now do I feel like I understand all the different rooms, and it's great when you do. But initially, you are thinking, okay, I need to learn this. There is a lot going on, but once again, it's great. But as a interface, you have to understand it. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It's more of a Discord thing, that I suppose.
It is. I think I don't know what to change, because I just feel like we're really new. I still feel like we're really small. And I just feel like we're learning as we're going, and we're becoming better at what we do as moderators. And it's evolving with everybody. It's one of those amazing communities where you never stop learning. So to change something now would be foolish, I think, with it still in its infancy and it's still growing quite quickly. I think we're on the right track. So if it sounds arrogant, I do apologise. But right now, I wouldn't change a thing. It'll just be aesthetics that I would change, which is a Discord issue. But I just think we're so on the right path, and that's down to the people here. They keep coming, and that's attracting big names, and we just want. We just want these bigger names to come. We want to see Chards here, Cardiff Gold, of course. We want to see Atkinsons here. We want them all here because this is where their customers are. This is where you can interact, see what people like, what they don't like. There's so much you can learn from this place. It's crazy. I mean, we've all built a YouTube community around what we've learned from what people are talking about on here. We're all inspired to do YouTube videos, as creators, when we're looking at what's being said in the chats and to change anything foolish.
There's a hub of shared knowledge and people that find out about new releases and make people aware of things. It's amazing. Yeah. But I'd say that's great answer and interesting to hear your thoughts on that. But Sai, we've got 43 wonderful people in the audience, and
that's amazing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you to all of you. And guys, I have been so lucky with this gift here from Sai. And if you're feeling a bit left out, don't you worry. As he said himself, Uncle Sai is a generous guy. We're going to move on to the live chat segment now. It's all about you. So get your questions, start thinking about them. Before we start reading them, I'm going to choose now to actually show you what is up for grabs at the giveaway we will do at the end of the podcast, which of course will be Little John's Wheel of Wonder, which will be spun by the producer, Diaxis, who does a fantastic job. So, Sai, if you don't mind, just for the next couple of minutes, well, it might take a bit longer, to be honest. I can't believe how much we've got here. In terms of items, mate, this is the biggest giveaway we've done on this podcast so far.
It's a bonanza. That's what we call it. We love using that word.
It is. And all you've got to do, guys, I will tell you before the end when the gates are open. And at that point, all you have to do is just be here and you are in with a chance of the giveaway. So stick around. Once you've seen it, I don't think you'll want to go anywhere. But this is what's up for grabs. I'm going to start with this. We've just spoke about this community. I have one of these, which I'm so happy of, and I won it from the 1,000 members Stacker Social event. But we have a Stacker Social 1,000 members placemat, and that is in there. These are lovely. I wouldn't put a drink on it myself. Probably nicer in a backdrop.
Oh, they're really hardy, and you can wash them as well with not in a dishwasher. But you can clean them. They're honestly, use them. If you get them, use them. I use mine all the time. So I just didn't want to send the one with like whiskey glass rings on it. I thought that was a bit scummy. So I sent you the clean new one.
Thank you.
Because I'm nice.
You certainly are. And so is so many other people we're about to see, because you guys send me so much stuff like stickers, poker chips, all sorts to give away. So yeah, bear with me here. I'm going to show you all of this, and it's going to end up in a nice, hopefully tidy pile. But we'll start here with some stickers. So, a renowned member of the community, if you can't see, just let me know. But this is the Sniper. Ian Atterbury's one of 2 stickers. So he's got that. You've also got his other one, the Thoughtful Stacker, with a sniper on there and a glass of red wine, which is Ian all over. Thank you, Ian. Both of those stickers in there. Of course, we've got our special guest. Side the Salman sticker is in there for you as well. The Godfather himself, 365 Days of Silver business card. That's in there as well for you guys. We've got 2 of these next ones. And these are from Nemo's Numismatics. They're a Stacker Social business card. It's got Nemo's QR code on the back. But on this side, as Sai I'm sure will appreciate, does feature Side the Salman. There's QR codes to Stacker Social and Nemo on there as well, riding some ducks. And guys, we've just hit 50 in the audience. Thank you so much. We may smash a new record. We've hit 51 is an all-time high. If 2 people join, that would be insane. But let's keep going. We've got so much more to give away. We've got Stackers Social sticker. Absolutely love these. Can't go wrong. We've got the producer sticker. Look at that. The colours really pop on this, guys. That's in there as well. You've got the mini version of the Stackers Social sticker. 52 in the audience. Oh my God. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining. We've got Nemo's poker chip right here. Look at that. Beautiful. And there's still so much more. Let me start. Let's whip this one out, shall we? I've had a few people message me about these. One of these prized possessions is up for grabs. Ladies and gentlemen, the currency of the Sniper. 1,000 Guinness from Ian himself. A few people sent me some sneaky messages saying, go on, mate, can you send me one of them? No, I can't. Not because I don't love you, because they are only for giveaways. So there you go. One of them will be in there to a lucky winner this evening. Right. Let's get all these poker chips out. This is the most poker chips I've ever given away in one podcast, and that is thanks to you. So, right. So, Stackamon Pokemon Poker Chip. 2-sided. Look at that. The Stack Protector, I've seen this called, this beast. That is in there. You've also got the Coin Cutters Poker Chip. There you go. We've also got the Silver Spectres Poker Chips. Maybe you're new to Stacker Social. Maybe you haven't got many poker chips. If you win tonight, you'll have a grand collection, let me tell you. We've got the Snipers Poker Chip, the Thoughtful Stacker, Ian Atterbury. This is 2-sided with Stacker Social on the back. Look at that. Now, we mentioned them a few times tonight. Of course, we've got Cardiff Gold. I don't know if you meant to send me this, Si. I do have one myself in my personal collection, mate, but you snuck this in with your poker chips you sent me, so I'm giving it away.
Yeah, I actually wanted to put that in with your... it was actually for you, but if you want to give it away, go for it. But yeah, I meant to put it in your package.
Thank you, mate. Fortunately, I do already have a Cardiff Gold, so yeah, that'll be to one of you guys. Diax's poker chip, along with his sticker. Guys, we've just hit 60 in the audience. This is insane. Hello to everyone. 365 Days of Silver's poker chip is in there. The godfather of stacking himself. Now, Stacker Social poker chip. You can never go wrong with these. I've got a few. They're lovely. And let's break it down to the last 2. Side the Salman's poker chip. Since my last video, Si, there's loads of people that have sent me a message saying, can I get one of Si's poker chip? I think they're very sought after, and I can understand why. If you win tonight, you'll get one for free. And last but not least, guys, this. And this is officially, and I'm not joking, I thought it was the case last week, this is my last poker chip until I order a new batch. So bear with me. And just a heads up, if anyone's not seen or come across my videos, there is a QR code on the back. It doesn't work, so don't try and scan it. Sorry, long story. Right, so that's poker chips and stickers out the way. All of this, by the way, will be packaged up in a lovely Cardiff Gold zippy bag. These are amazing. And of course, you can't have a Cardiff Gold zippy bag without the world's #1 pen. Let me tell you guys, if you've never written with one of these, Si's a lover of pens. He's got collectible pens, but let me tell you something. This is robust and durable. There's nothing else quite like it. You will win one of these. Right, so we're getting close to the pinnacle, the creme de creme, or whatever the saying is. Guys, a donation from a very talented 3D printer, Nerd UK. This is the first edition of the Nerd's Beast, the Bulldog of England. Comes with a poker chip in the middle, which pops out. It is two-sided. It's got Nerd's logo on the back. You will, of course, win that. So there you go. Now then, should we get the metals outside? Is it time to show the metals?
Yes, sorry, I was bending down there, and my missus was just doing stuff. So I didn't want you to see people bending down in front of the camera. So yes, go for it, please.
That's okay, mate. I won't read into what you've said too much. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. Okay, guys.
Bill.
Sai sent some beautiful things for you guys. They're stunning. They really are. The first one of which is this 1 ounce copper round. Is that clear on the camera, Sai?
Yeah, it's really pretty. That looks really nice. If you keep moving
It's
it,
so
look
nice.
at that.
It's absolutely stunning. And this is Medusa,
Yeah, you
right?
don't see those very often. Yeah, it is Medusa. You don't see them very often.
I've not seen one.
I was given that as a gift. Yeah.
I sent you a message basically saying, "Oh, if it gets lost before Sunday, I'm really sorry." But I managed to find it in time, mate. So yeah, that's in there, guys. And just to show you on the back as well, this is actually from. I've never heard of this before, but guys, this is from the Anonymous Mint. I've never heard of them before. Are they a big deal?
Do you know what? I'm just trying to remember where I got that from, because I bought a lot of copper rounds off a seller on eBay, and she sent me that as a gift. I'd never seen one. It's the only one I've got, that one, so I thought it'd be nice for someone else that would appreciate it more than me. So yeah, I couldn't tell you. All I do know is that she buys all of her stuff from, is it GSM? Is it GS? I want to say GSM. Is it Golden State Mint that do all the copper rounds?
Yes, Golden State Mint. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with them, or it's someone they know, I think.
Well, wherever it's from, I can assure you, if the camera doesn't do it justice, it's maybe the nicest copper round I've ever had the joy of holding myself. It's beautiful.
No, that's not. It is nice. Yeah, it's not my thing, but I know that someone would appreciate it. So yeah,
they will. And Sai, they will appreciate everything else. But there's still more, guys. 63 of you, and one of you is going to be very lucky, because that's your copper. We're going to get all the metals out here. Sai has done an absolute madness because he's an absolute, just a legend. Next thing, guys, is this. This is 1 ounce of fine silver. This is a Johnson Matthey beautiful silver bar. Sorry if there's a lot of reflection. You have to let me know. You can probably see my face. Never mind. I'll probably reveal it soon anyway. But yeah, look at that. I'll just turn this around. It's in a capsule, so it's nice and protected. Absolutely stunning. So you've got
that bar. I just, I put that in. There's a reason, because I really love the JM bars, all of them that they've done. But there's something about on a silver bar, not necessarily on a round, but on a silver bar, when when they put text as their design, just any kind of writing just looks. I just think it looks it looks official. It looks classy. It's understated. It's just lovely. And they are without doubt one of my favourite bars, apart from obviously the completers.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, they're great, seriously great. And they're one of the first bars I ever bought as well. 1 ounce bars, silver bars.
It's stunning. I really wanted to this to go missing during the week, but it was magneted to this setup, guys. So one of you will win that. And like you said, Si, the writing, it's just lovely. It's sort of the same idea as to why I love the Engelhard so much. It's kind of simple but elegant, classy. It's just beautiful. And guys, it's 1 ounce of silver. So yes, whoever wins this will be very lucky. We've had copper, Si. We've had silver. Am I missing something?
Gold. Get the gold. It's only a little bit of gold, but get the gold.
Show me the money, guys. There is also, this is going to reflect a lot. I'm not taking out the packaging. I don't want to get any finger marks on it, but this is, maybe that's the best lighting. Go a bit closer. This is a Florida 1 gold back. I've never had these before. Could you tell us more about it? Because I don't know anything about these. Is it 1/1000th of an ounce of silver in this? It is official currency, I believe, in Florida.
Yeah, so it'll tell you the weight of the actual gold in it. So obviously, as you know, you all know what gold backs are. They are a currency in America, but the premiums on these are horrendous. They are a collectible piece. I would always tell people to buy them because you like the look of them. Don't buy them as an investment. Stupid idea. But that is one of the first batch ever made, and it should, if I can remember, they've got some kind of a privy on there. And that was brought back from Berlin World Money Fair in January this year.
Oh, is there a privy on there? Where would that be? I'm not
Yeah, I
familiar.
can't. What are they called? Luke, if he's still here, he knows about this kind of stuff. And
Who's a gold
it's
back
like
expert?
it's like a first batch, like a first print, Alpha Privy. That's right, the Alpha Strikes. God, my mind went blank then.
Oh, there you go.
There's a little A,
Any
a
gold back?
little where the 2025 is. If you can zoom right into the 2025 underneath, yeah, there should be like,
Sorry,
I'm
mate.
sure it's around there. There's like a little A, like it's not a capital A.
Oh, there is. Yes,
It's like
I
a
can't show you
lowercase
that. There's
A.
an A. I can't
Mhm.
get it on the camera. I'm so sorry, guys. But there is. I can confirm it. There is a little A next to the 2025.
Yeah, so if you're buying these new now, you can't get those alpha privy strikes now. So
Wow.
you know,
Well,
if you bought these this year, you've done well. Can I just say though, just stop you there. You got 63 people in here. That's what a face reveal does. You see, you show your face on your Johnson Matthey bar. The 63 people are coming in to come and check the handsomeness that's you.
Was my face pretty clear?
64 people, look, you see?
There
Mad
we go.
for
I
it.
mean,
Mad for
this is the
craving,
most
you
people.
lot. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That's really good. 64 bloody people.
You guys.
Are you all entertained, by the way? Let us know in the chat. Are you all entertained? Are you bored? Are you finding this fascinating? Do you want more beard advice? We're having a bit of a laugh.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, honestly, Ty, all I ever say to you these days, mate, is thank you. And I'm not going to get bored of saying it. Thank you so much. And whoever wins this, what a bundle that is. With what everything you've put in, as we know, I'm very fortunate. A lot of the guys in the community send me little packages of poker chips and stickers, bits of silver, you know, and I get the joy of giving it away. So thank you to everyone that donated, and especially you, Side, for
Very
putting
welcome.
up. That's, I mean, God knows what all that's worth, but whoever wins that, well done. And what I'm going to say before we move on, if you've got questions in the chat, the 65 of you, someone's going to have a question. We'll do that now. But Diaxis, now is the time to open the floodgates. You know what to do. If you've got it prepared, I can see several people are typing. Here comes the wave of questions. Diaxis.
Oh, do I get to speak to Diaxis?
You will get to speak to Diaxis because Diaxis is involved in what I do, and he plays a pivotal role. On this particular episode, he's going to be joining us when Little John's Wheel of Wonder comes on. He will make his appearance and do that, but he's got a very important job today, and we might see it. We might see it. Has it been done? Where is it? I'll wait for it. Wait for a message off Diaxis. There we go. Giveaway open. It's officially open. Diaxis is now in the control room. There's 66 of you in there, so he's got his work cut
66.
out. 67.
Magpies.
Anyone that's in here now, your name is going into the giveaway wheel. It's free to enter. You've just got to be here, stick around for the giveaway, and you could win everything I've just shown. Okay, so and just
So
to let you know,
to celebrate so many people, I've got some really posh hotel chocolat here. This is Kir Royale, real champagne, cassis liqueur, and a bold burst of black currant.
Oh,
So I'm going to celebrate with one of those. So excuse me for a moment. You carry on talking while I munch on this.
oh, brilliant, mate! No, you enjoy. You'll have to give us a live review.
Look at that.
Yeah, go on. Tell us.
Look at that.
I want you to eat it, Si, and I want you to describe it to us live.
Now, if it was you guys, especially you in the chat, if it was you, is that straight in or when you? Yeah, what is posh loot is when you take several bites of something like this. Are you straight in the gob, or are you a little, polite? All in.
All in, mate.
All in.
No messing about.
Come on, one time straight. Look at you. It's all the men. Look, all the men. Get it in you. Size and nibbler.
All in. Are you a nibbler, Si?
I am actually. Yeah, Silverpunk knows me very, very well. Pop it in and let it melt. All right. Cheers, guys. This is the only piece of
Cheers.
alcohol I've got today. So, yeah. There we go. Right
There
in.
you go.
Oh,
Cool.
that's godlike.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, with liqueurs, you know when they just give you that burn, that horrible burn.
Yeah.
You know, that in your mouth burn, and it goes into your throat and into your chest, and it feels like you swallowed drain cleaner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can sort of relate to that. Yeah, I've had a few memories.
But yeah, this isn't doing that.
So it's
This is a
smooth.
really good chocolate. Kia Royale guy. Oh no, hang on. I've got the burn.
Aftertaste. Oh no, the cough.
The aftertaste is good actually compared to those ones you used to buy at Christmas in the boxes.
Go on then, Si.
God.
Give us an out of 10. Give us an out of 10.
As chocolate liqueurs go, my God, people, that's got to be an 8 or a 9.
Wow, there we go.
If you like tangy fruits. 68 in the chat. All come here to watch me nobble a Kia Royale Hotel Chocolat.
That's what we're all here for. That's why everyone comes. Guys, thank you for tuning in. That is the end of the show. Thank you, Si. Guys, 68 of you right now. Thank you so much again. Live chat, put your questions into Si or even me, but Si is a special guest. And let's start answering them. Let's keep an eye out here. What have we got? Now's the time. Here we go, straight in off the bat, Si. Do you want me to read them as they go through?
Yeah, go on.
Question for Si from Stacks of Silver. Thanks for joining Stacks of Silver. This is moving. As a part of the Bearded Brotherhood myself also, what beard care products do you use to get them full man locks of a facial? I asked you about this before.
That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
Yeah, your beard is insane, mate. It really is.
Yeah, so I am ashamed, but I'm not ashamed to admit that Rituals, who do that, they're a cosmetic company, and you see them in shopping centres and outlet villages.
Yeah.
You'll know who they are because they've got the big magnolia tree in the middle of their shop floor.
Of course.
They actually do a beard shampoo and conditioner. It's very important to condition the beard. But they do a really, really nice one. It's really stupidly expensive, but I love it. And you can smell it on you all day as well, so it's lovely.
Well,
there you go.
Miss Stacking with Craven is in the house. If she's listening, maybe this is something I need to bring up my beard game. I'm kind of jealous, Si. I'm not going to lie, but we've got so many questions coming through. I'm going to fire through these. So the next question is actually from Miss Stacking with Craven, my better half, Si, and she says,
Hello.
being a founder of Stacker Social, how do you separate your personal life and Stacker Social, and is your family supportive of everything you do?
Honestly, it's not fully understood by people that are closest to me, I don't think, no matter how you talk about it, because we all get a bit passionate about it, and when we get passionate about stuff, especially us men, we can go on forever, and it probably pisses off the family, excuse my French, that I am so invested in something which takes a lot of my time. But I try and keep that now, especially these days. I work away quite a bit, so I'll do most of it when I'm away at work in the evenings. It's my entertainment anyway. It's a really tough one to answer. Really not as easy as I thought it was going to be to answer, but supportive. Yeah, they'll always be supportive of whatever I do. There's no question. But sometimes it can be a bit all encumbering, if that's the right word. It's you can, if things are kicking off, or if in good ways, I mean, good things are happening and you've got a lot to respond to. It's a busy thing to do, is to be a founder, and looking after 2,000 people to make sure they're all safe and happy, and especially for organising events as well, it takes a lot of time. My God, does that take a lot of time and thought? And so, yes, they'll always be supportive of what I do, but regarding Stacker Social, they haven't got a clue what's going on here. They're totally blissfully ignorant.
I guess it's all about good balance. You've got so
It's
much going on.
yeah.
You've got your full-time work. You're a family
Being a
man. You're a
founder,
founder.
you don't have that balance being a founder like you would if you were a general member. I think
No,
this is a
no.
lot more, to do. Being
Well
a
done
founder.
to you, by the way, Si, for how you do manage it. You treat us to such good content. I love what you're doing with Lady Britannia because you've got your own channel, which is amazing. You obviously do so much with Stacker Social. It's like making the time to be here for a couple of hours tonight. You do the moderator. Well done for what you do, mate. You do a fantastic job. You really do. There's so many more
Thank you.
questions, though, mate. So I'm going to have to get your attention on these questions. They're flying in. 69 in the audience right now. Nerd UK says, question for Si, what's the one piece of advice that you would give your 20-year-old self? Good question, that.
20-year-old
Hard
self.
question. That could be anything.
That is really difficult. Yeah, I'll just try and keep it sort of on brand because I suppose I would. Save some money, put some money in your pension. Yeah, save money. Let it grow in the right places. That's just keeping it on brand and talking about finances, investments, and stuff. So, yeah, definitely stop pissing it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, these are the things that you learn, though. These are what you learn.
Yeah,
And
I think I think I saw a crazy statistic about the S&P 500. If you was to put £100 a month away and you started at 20 years old, by the time you retire, you'll be a millionaire.
yeah, compound interest takes care of itself with those accounts. I've seen
Yeah,
those statistics.
£100 a month.
If you're consistent over that 20, 30-year period, you will be rewarded, but we all know it's not so easy to do. But yeah, it's interesting. Waka Badger says, question for you both. Okay. What piece have you passed on before that you regret not getting? That's a good question. So I guess like a silver or gold piece you didn't get that you wish you had. I need to think about this. Please feel free to go first if you know your answer, mate.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's got to be in very recent times. It's got to be the Queen's Beast Completer bar in the 5 gram, the gold. I had a couple in my basket on the Royal Mint, and I don't know. I just thought, you're just following FOMO. You're just doing what everyone else is doing. So me being a hipster, I just like, nah. Next thing you know, everyone's selling them for about £1,000. So that was quite sickening. So I've never had that breaker, though. I've never had that one thing that I own, I don't think, that has shot up in value. I think I have things that might. But
you had that pen.
As an instant... yeah, that's true. But regarding bullion, I think the only thing I can think of that I think will do well is I have a proof King Charles coronation 1 ounce silver coin. That sold out now. You can't get them. So the day of his coronation, Crown King on the back, beautiful design on the front, almost florin like. That'll do really well, I think. Especially if I am thinking about sending that away to get graded, to be honest. So yeah. What about you, Craven? Have you decided?
Oh yeah, and my answer is probably cheating a bit because it's not that specific, and I'm sorry if it's a boring answer, but this is just the truth. My regret would be when I first started, because I'm looking back at it now and where I sit with where I'd rather put my money at this moment in time. I regret not buying a gold sovereign when they were a little bit cheaper when I started, because I bought lots of silver 1 ounces instead. I think I would have preferred to have bought a gold sovereign. So I passed on a gold sovereign when I probably could have bought one, and I bought silver instead. A couple £100 a month a few times. I could, like Si said earlier, guys, I could have saved £200 a month for 3 months or maybe less, and got a gold sovereign. So I regret not getting one, but I hope to get one soon. That would be my answer on that one.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah, Scottish Bullion Collector says, cosmetics, how are you a millennial?
I know.
I
know. I've gone from working class to middle class, I think.
No,
just by shopping at Rituals.
Villainous Bounty says, question for Si, ketchup or brown sauce, mate?
Oh my god, depends on the meal. If it's a breakfast, brown sauce. most other stuff that just needs to get into my stomach and don't really like the taste of, it'll be tomato ketchup. You know, like we used to do when we were kids.
Yeah, I'd go for tomato personally.
Or anything, you know what? It has the same effect with cheese, though, for me. There's certain vegetables I can't stand, but if it's got cheese on it, oh, I could eat anything.
Si, I'm just going to stop for a second here, and I've noticed something. I don't know why, and don't dig into this too far in the chat, but whenever I speak to you, Si, somehow, I don't know how, but cheese always comes a part of the conversation. It does.
Yeah,
I love
just
cheese.
put that into context just for a second, like today. Because I used to always ask people in live chats, what's your favourite cheese? I think it's important. You can tell a lot from a person when you find out what cheese they like.
Yeah.
But, you know, when we was sort of having a bit of a play, testing what we're going to do, obviously here tonight, my shopping came. I had an online shop and it came. And the first question you asked was?
Did you get any cheese?
Yeah, did I get any cheese? Unbelievable. Could have asked anything.
And you didn't get any cheese.
Could have asked me anything.
That was
cheese.
What was most important. Clearly, you're already well stocked on cheese. We'll leave it there.
The best cheese I've ever had, if anyone wants to know, by the way, and you can get it from, there's a garden centre near, in the Cotswolds, not far from Stratford-upon-Avon. And Alex James, the bass guitarist from Blur, has actually got a dairy farm and he makes cheese. And he does this blue cheese called Blue Monday, which is named after a famous song. Not of his, though. And it is the creamiest, most amazing blue cheese you will ever have in your life. It is colossal. Wow. And just, yeah, and literally you have to travel to get it. But I believe there are some garden centres and some supermarkets that actually do sell it now. It's called Blue Monday. Check it out, guys, and thank me later.
I personally would be interested in trying that. 100%.
I'm a cheese stacker.
Yeah, cheese stacker. Jamie Frost, good to see you, mate. Jamie Frost, question for Si.
Oh, Jamie.
If you ever made it to Japan, what would be on your to-do list?
Street food.
Yes. Yes. We've all seen the videos on YouTube, right? They're amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Street food.
I love it. I love it. Food. I love the quickfire answers side. There's so many questions. I'm going to try and quickfire through a few, see if we can blast through so everyone gets a chance to ask one. So, Joker's Wild says, what hobby would you choose if it wasn't precious metals?
Oh, I've had loads of hobbies, but I'm actually a leather crafter, so it would always be leather crafting for me.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that, mate.
Yeah, I had a business as well. You know, I had to stop all that because I did Stacker Socials. So it was one thing or the other. But yeah, I used to make luxury wallets, journals, bags, handbags. All handmade, hand cut, hand stitched as well. So, I used the world's most expensive leathers from Italy, or they're all imported ethical leathers. Yeah, there you go. Villainous Bounties put my Carduce Leather Goods logo in there. It's a thistle. I designed that thistle because I've got Scottish family. I called it Carduce, and Carduce is Latin for thistle, and thistle being the national flower of Scotland. So yeah, I've got an embossing machine, and that is always embossed and heat pressed into all my leather goods. But yeah,
that's so interesting.
Yeah, on my YouTube channel. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I made Silverpug. He's actually, bless him, he's just put an unboxing video. He gave me a commission to make him a red leather wallet. It's one of my favourite wallets I've ever made. It was the most bold colour of red. It patinas over time beautifully. I'm going right into this now. It patinas beautifully. It changes colour. The leather is it just gets better and better the more it ages. It's a leather that will last you a lifetime. So you only need to buy one of my wallets, or at that time. It would last forever. The stitching is done. I can still do it. I've still got a lot of leather here in my workshop. So yeah, it's just I don't have time now with Stacker Social and YouTube and all that. I've got no time and obviously work. So I was actually using the leather company to fund my precious metals investments. You know, that was my sole source of funding. Yeah, so it's always good if you can, guys. get a side hustle. If you're good at something, do it, and
100%.
get something to fund it. Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, I'm learning a lot about you tonight, Si, that I didn't know. So this
Thank
is
you.
amazing, mate. And it's really interesting to
But
hear.
yeah, on my YouTube channel, there is a video of me actually making that wallet start to finish. And but every single stitch, by the way, when you stitch something using a saddle stitch technique, you have to punch all the holes first, and then when you're doing the specific knot and pulling it tight on every stitch, you've actually got a knot inside of every hole. So that stitch. So that means if you was to accidentally cut a stitch, it's not going to have the Christmas tree effect where it all unravels, like a piece of clothing. Your wallet will always stay closed and still a big, still intact, and it will not come apart. They're built for life. They've got a lifetime guarantee on all my stuff. So, rambled there, Jesus.
No, that's
passions. You see, we all get a bit like this, I think.
Yeah, you've sold it to me, mate. Maybe that's one for another time as well. Abby's Vault. I've not seen you in here before. Shout out to you.
Oh, hello.
Question for Si. Are you planning to pick up more completer bars? P.S. Love your videos on YouTube.
Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you so much. And I'm due to start making some more very soon. Now I've got my computer all sorted. Got a brand new computer now, so thank you for that. I have such a laugh doing YouTube, by the way. Oh my god, it's so great to let you. I actually get excited. When you put the camera on, I get excited every time I do a YouTube video. So I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I don't script it or anything. So I get silly. Have a bit of a laugh, just let my hair down a bit. But it is great. Sorry, what was the other part of that question again? I rambled then.
Are you planning to pick up more completer bars?
Yeah, I'll keep sweeping them up, I think, but the prices are getting a bit ridiculous, so it will have to be the ones in the vinyl rather than the Royal Mint packaging ones. So yeah, especially the 10 ounce. I've only got one, so I could do with another. I think I like collecting 10 ounce silver bars. I think they're really cool.
Yeah, you've got quite a few nice ones of them. That's a great question.
They're nice to store. They're really good to store. But they're not cheap.
No, I'd love to get my hands on one of the 10 ounce Scottsdale Mint stacker bars. They slide in lovely. I've seen them on 365's channel. They look beautiful.
Oh yeah, he's got a load of them. You see that video where he's got a tower of them. Got them in like a plastic Tupperware container. And he gets them out.
Just 10 of them.
He just shows you what they're supposed to do and how they. What a great thing to bang in a safe.
I know, they're
absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've never really been. I don't own one of those, but I've never been a fan. But I totally appreciate them. If I was going to have a 10 ounce Scottsdale bar, it's got to be the Vortex. I think the Vortex bar, even in the 1 ounce, is probably one of the most gorgeous pieces of silver anyone could buy. If you can get them, guys, and you can get them at a good price, stack them. I know they're not capital gains tax exempt, but just stack them. Everyone loves a Vortex. Look at it. It's just stunning.
It is absolutely stunning. Do you know what I paid for that? I look back now, and I'm going to give a shout out. I don't think he's here, but the Animist at the time was selling these, and I think I paid £33. I've seen these online for like 45 plus, maybe 50 in some cases. I got this for 33. Top price is nearly there alone now. So yeah, but if you just love a nice design, the Vortex bar is stunning. The Scottsdale Mint is one of my favorites. So there we go. The numbers are still growing. We're on 75 in the audience. This is honestly incredible.
That's amazing.
It really is.
Is that your biggest? Is that your biggest amount of people in an audience? Then is it?
Yeah. Before tonight, 51 was the highest at any one moment. We've just hit 75, guys. I don't know what to say apart from thank you.
Community. That is.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, guys. Showing support for people like Craven. I think it's fantastic. Love it.
Love it too. Love to see it. We've got a really good question coming from Scots of Silver, and this is for both of us, Si, who says, choose your own design. If the Royal Mint approached you to design the next bullion coin, what would it look like? That's interesting.
Oh my God. That's a really, really good question.
I think I know what my answer would be.
So if the Royal Mint was to approach me for a design...
Do you want me to say mine?
Yeah, go on.
So mine would be, I know they already have one as part of the Myths and Legends series, but I would have a personalized Little John design based off this figurine donated to me by
course.
CO4 Audion, who has since come after him with the Terminator. And just as a side question, Si, before we hit your design, I'm going to ask you, and don't feel biased or pressured. There's no picking sides here. It's just very important. Who wins in a fight, Little John or the Terminator? We're not here to talk about the context or whether it was in a forest or wherever. Who wins in that fight?
Little John. Is that right?
That's the correct answer. Well done.
Yeah. Because surely it took a human to put a Terminator together in the first place. So it's chicken and the egg thing, I suppose. It just depends which one you want to go. So, yeah, I would. Little John, crafty bugger he is.
He is. I mean, the things he can do with that staff is monumental. It really is.
Yeah. Can I answer that question now?
Of course.
I ain't got a clue. I
Can I answer it? Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know? I was just thinking, it's not about like an original design. I think there's so much Royal Mint silver, in particular, coins that are just not detailed enough. Do you know what? I do not own a single Queen's Beast animal coin or a Tudor Beast. I don't own a single one because I just don't think they're good enough.
I get what you're saying.
They're just basic. There's no real I like intricacy on designs. It's just a personal thing for me. It's nothing against people that stack those kind of things, but I really love intricacy. The finer the detail, the more attractive that particular piece is. Like, what can look at a Gothic florin from the pre-1920s. Just unbelievable. They hand engrave the dies to make those. They don't hand engrave dies anymore to be stamped on coins. So why is there an excuse now for basic, just quick and easy designs? I mean, I think the worst ones that come to mind are the Star Wars coins. I bought all the proof coins in those, and that's the biggest regret I've ever had since I've been a stacker. I thought it's Star Wars, limited mintages, can't go wrong. Jesus Christ. And those bars as well that they released, the 1 ounce, it was 1 ounce and 10 ounce, the Luke Skywalker one. Well, I just sat and laughed. I couldn't believe what I was seeing with that design. It was the most disgraceful. There's no, fair enough. You can get a depiction of some person wrong on a design. I get it. It's not easy to put that into a die. But the background was just lines to represent they were in the Death Star or whatever they were. Just embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. And I hate that. So, yeah, I would go back and redesign the bloody Star Wars coins and make them into a product they should have been. And I remember when Tech the Coin Hunter joined Stacker Social, he had a 10-ounce version of that bar. Could he sell it? No, he couldn't sell it. He had to do it at spot price, but luckily he put it on an auction and he got a little bit closer to what he paid for it.
Yeah.
And awful. And we were called out because I remember having a conversation in the main Stacker Social room once. We was having this conversation about how terrible the 10-ounce bars were. And someone went in our marketplace and listed a load of these bars for sale. And we got absolutely slaughtered for that. Because we were just, and I encourage people to have that free speech and discuss what you want to discuss, talk about it. If you don't like something, you bloody tell us you don't like it and tell us why as well. But those bloody bars, I'm saying bloody a lot, aren't I? But they're just terrible. Absolute disgrace. All of that Star Wars range from the Royal Mint, awful.
I think my say on that, just think the potential of a really nice, like, say, Darth Vader coin or something with a lot of detail. They really could have done something there. But
look at what Silverpunk's just done, look. Look at what Silverpunk's just put in there. This is an independent artist that he deals and sells silver products that he designs and makes.
It's stunning.
And look what he can do. Why can't the Royal Mint do anything as detailed as that?
Yeah, it's quite crazy, really.
There's no excuse in my eyes. There's no excuse. I mean,
And I've
I
got
mean,
this here.
obviously in recent time, my most recent Royal Mint product that I bought was the new Leo Britannica Lion. I love that. I love that it's basic, but again, when you pick it up and look at it, you think, gee, that's a really nice looking coin. Just imagine if it had more detail in it, like the Germania Mint do, for example. They don't skimp on detail.
No.
And it's just everything they bring out on silver bullion is just a bit rubbish, a bit pants. I'm just not, you do these companies, when they do that, they make you lose your mojo. It's important when you're stacking silver and gold to keep your mojo and to keep that up and going. And when they just give us rubbish products, you almost want to just stop for a bit.
I could listen to a whole episode of a passionate Sai rant. I really could, and I completely agree.
The thing is, context, isn't it? It's like tonight, after we finished, right? You've got an amazing silver pouring artist that's going to auction off all of his stuff tonight.
Yep.
Right, and I guarantee you, every single one of those pieces is a lot better than the bloody Royal Mint and what they're popping out at the minute. Get a grip.
100%. I've got 2 of them on show right now. I absolutely love them. And guys in the chat,
yeah, me too.
I need to catch up here. We'll go through as many as we can. We're going to run through some questions till 1:15, whatever I can get up to, and then at 1:15 we'll move to the wheel. We'll bring Diaxis in, and we'll go from there. So I wasn't sure how to pronounce this, Sai, so you might need to help me. But Queen Nessie, good to see you. Question for Sai: do you do calligraphy also? Is that right? Calligraphy?
Calligraphy.
Sorry, I butchered that. My bad.
It's a calligraphy. No, I don't. That's a beautiful old art form. But my missus' dad used to do that, and he used to be a fantastic artist. It's a whole art form in itself. But no, I just don't have the patience to write. I'm a quick writer, you see. I think that's my problem. And I think because calligraphy is quite methodical and slow, and a bit wafty. I'm not really a wafty writer. I like to get it down there, get the ink in the paper, So no, I've never tried it once. I think probably at school. I think we were taught a little bit, but no.
There we go. Talking of art forms, Silver Machine. Good to see you. Question for Sai: do you see silver art poured items taking off in popularity, or do you think it's likely to stay rather niche within the silver community?
I think it depends on the artist, and it's all down to the artist then as well. I think we've all, we'll talk about Silverpunk again. It's quite apt as he's doing his auction after this. Silverpunk is probably the most popular silver pouring artist in the UK. There are a whole community of amazing artists. There's something about Silverpunk, and I've said this to him actually in person. There's something about his branding is one thing. I think it's on point. The colours, the red, the black, and the white. That's you think Silverpunk, and just his. You can see what Silverpunk and what isn't from a mile away. If you was to hold the other guys like Valui or Liquid Metals, Crowncast, you can tell by looking at them who's who. And if you can do that, then each and every one of these guys have built their own identities, which is really important with art. But I think that we've always, since day one that we met Silverpunk in the old Telegram days of Stacker Social, we've really invested in him. We really believe in him, and really, I know that 365 has more so than I have. He's actually invested, a lot of money into Silverpunk and his art. And I believe that if there is one to watch out for, I think it is Silverpunk. Yeah. There are people out there that you might think are probably better, or they just appeal to you a bit more with what they do. But if I was going to invest money into a silver pouring artist, I would put my money into Silverpunk right now. Yeah.
So would
but
I.
It's all down to Silverpunk now to, it's all up to him now where this goes. It's out of our hands as investors and art collectors. It's 100%. Up to him. The longer he goes, the better he's going to get, and the more prestigious that brand will get, because that's what happens. The more successful you are, building your brand is the important thing. You know, you can come across as a guy that is in a workshop and just occasionally spills out some silver art. That's fine. That's good and well. Might be beautiful art. Don't get me wrong. But there's just something's really special about the Silverpunk brand. It's the whole package. It's the person behind the camera. You've seen his YouTube videos. He's a likable guy as well. He talks great. Everyone loves his accent, that Birmingham accent. He's just got that something for me. It's hard to put my finger on. That rock star quality in that community, especially. But as an artist, I respect him as an artist more than I do a silver pourer.
Yeah,
I hope that answers that question.
It definitely does, mate. The one thing I've learned about Silverpunk in a short matter of time is he's a really hard worker. And I've said this to him. He's been on here multiple times. I've been honoured to have him on. I believe he'll go very, very far. And I can't wait to see what he does. And guys, don't forget, 8 o'clock live right here in Stacker Social, Silverpunk's auction. Check it out. Loads of beautiful pours. I've seen a couple of funny questions, Si. I want to get to these. This is fire through these. There's one from Crispy. Says, question for Si. Why sound man? Are you a sound man or did you work in sound? I know the answer to this.
Hi, Chrissy. Thank you very much for the question. And yes, my brother-in-law and his wife are professional musicians, and I did a lot of work with them, touring around the UK, being their sound engineer, and that's what they used to call me. They used to call me Si. Si's my real name, and yeah, the sound man. That's what they call me. And they even bought me a T-shirt with it says "Crew" on the back. So when we toured, I had a Crew T-shirt, and then I had Si the sound man at the top. And I loved it, and ever since that, I kept that. And ever since I used to game on my computer, and I kept the name. So you see it all over the internet when I used to play games back in the day, and yeah. So it's kind of stuck with me.
I think it's got a real nice ring to it. It was
good times. It was good times, playing massive gigs in front of thousands and thousands of people. It was quite amazing. So it was a real special time, and it was a time being in control of a band for the first time in front of thousands of adoring fans. I found out that adrenaline is brown. Next question.
Okay. Well, like I say, Si the Soundman has a lovely ring to it. Now, next question. I want to get serious for a second, Si, if that's okay, because this question is quite serious. So I'd appreciate if you give a serious answer. So this question is from 365, and he just wants to know, what time do you need to give Indiana Jones his shirt back?
What do you mean by that, cheeky bugger? I want to say something else then. This is a linen shirt, I'll have you know, from Crew Clothing Company. Look at that. It's a posh one from an outlet village. 20 quid that was.
There we go.
Cheshire Oaks. Go check them out, guys.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's very comfortable. It's very cool. It's still quite muggy in the UK in the evenings at the minute. Yeah. Unless it's just me being fat. But it's really nice. It's an off-white. It's really lovely. And you can do your sleeves lovely on it. Show a bit of the manliness right here, although it's the microphone that's pulled that button off, by the way. It's not me being a complete and utter Hasselhoff. But yeah, I like it. It's good. It looks good on camera, actually. You get the colour. I can see the colour right.
I think you look smart, mate. I had to ask the question. Yeah. I think I might have missed it before. And 365, of course, reposted it to make sure it was asked. So thank you for that.
Great question, though. Question of the evening, that was.
Oh, definitely. Right, we're going to do a couple more, guys, and then, like I said, I'm going to bring Alexis in. We're going to do the giveaway, a very exciting giveaway, as we move towards the end of the podcast. So, great questions, by the way. I really appreciate all the questions you've put into Si. We've got one here from Benson. Thank you, Benson. Question for Si: I'll start again. Do you only like cauliflower with cheese on it?
Yeah. I think it stinks really bad when you're cooking it as well. That annoys me. It's nothing worse, is there? When you've been at work all day and you come home and there's that smell of bloody cauliflower boiling away. Oh,
cauliflower cheese is beautiful as well.
Oh my God! Cauliflower cheese. Got to have the right cheese on it. Cathedral City or whatever they're called. Get that on it. Yeah. Yeah. Broccoli,
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm good with gravy as well. If gravy goes on veg, I'm good with it. Cauliflower, swede is the worst vegetable known to man. That can just do one. Bloody swede. Who eats swede apart from the Scots? Oh man. Brussels sprouts, just wrong.
Christmas.
Just wrong. It's just you just ask it. You're just asking for flatulence. It's just not funny. It's not. They should be banned.
You're just asking for flatulence.
Come on, you see, no one's put in here that there's swede eater. Anyone like swede in here? Come on. The veg
sure
of real men. That silver machine.
Was that an eye roll?
Look at that. No one likes swede, look. I'm not alone. Queen Nessie, yeah, you're right. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
There we go.
And it's inappropriate as well. When you're around someone's house and they've cooked you a nice meal, for example, and they give you Sweden or the neeps and tatties with haggis or something, which happens a lot in my life. You just know that inappropriate things are going to happen half an hour after you've eaten that meal. And it's so embarrassing.
It is. I don't know what I just pressed. It skipped it because I was higher up on the chat, right? I'm trying to go through the questions. It skipped to nearer the bottom. So once again, guys, I'm sorry if I've missed anyone's questions. I am seeing, though, a lot of Ian Beale memes. They're starting to come into the chat. So thank you for that. There's thanks y'all for that. That's brilliant. Terminator. What's this here? Rested. The Terminator's been to the beach, dug what appears to be a grave, and put "Rest in Peace, John" in the sand. Thanks for that. Lovely stuff, mate. Yeah, you can't beat the legend. Thank you, Benson. You started this. I'll never forget it. Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I think I'm just about caught up. But guys, it's 7:15. Thank you for all the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering the questions. There's some really good questions in there.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, we've still.
It's very bizarre being interviewed, though. It's really bizarre.
It's interesting. You find out a lot.
I just don't think I'm that interested.
I do.
Yeah, literally, I'm just like everyone else in this blooming room right now. I am no different to anybody. I don't like Swede, but I love silver and gold. Simple.
What did you learn?
Simple sigh.
Right. Well, we do have 69 people in the audience, and one of those people needs to be added to the stage because, guys, we're going to do the giveaway wheel. Diaxis, I'm going to press a few buttons, mate, and I'm going to bring you in. Here we go. The producer is coming on. Let's just give him a couple of seconds here. And look, thank you so much, guys, tonight. I can't tell you how much it means, the amount of you that have joined to tune in. And best of luck to all of you. This is a fantastic giveaway donated by so many different people in the community. And this one particular, loads from Sai. So big thank you to Sai. Very generous. But Diaxis, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, man.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, literally last minute panic. So I just went to move my mic and it just fell off the boom arm. So I've just had to unplug it and spin it back on. And thread the thing back on. But yeah, we're good, man.
How did you get on, by the way? Because obviously this is a phenomenal amount of people. Biggest audience I've ever had. How have you managed with all the names?
Fine, mate. I got finished about 20-30 minutes ago. A few of the names have dropped off and we've got a few newcomers. But it was after I posted the close pick. So it's up to your judgment if we're going to add the extras. I think there was 4 extras, and there's been a couple that's dropped off. Or are you pretty firm with what the picture is? The picture
for this one, mate. If people have joined, if they're here now, add them in if you don't mind. But for the future, I might make that a thing. If you're there within the time, you're in. If you're not, you're not. But I mean, this is such a good giveaway. I appreciate people coming nonetheless. So, if someone's that you've got their name, they're here, stick them in, mate. That's fine.
Okay, mate. Give me 2 seconds, bud, and I'll do that.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you, can I ask you a question, Diaxis? Is that all right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Do you actually? How are you putting names into that? Are you literally just looking at everyone that's in the room and then manually typing everyone
manually typing it? Which was a right pain at the very beginning because I didn't realise because I'm recording it for OBS, it puts streamer mode on, so it actually blanks out everyone's name.
It does.
But no, I've got it sus now, man.
So
Yeah.
you have to go through the audience below the screens. Is that how
Yeah.
you're doing it?
Yep, that's it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope everyone knows.
Bless
and
you. Thank you
appreciates-
very much.
Ah, sorry, man.
Yeah. I hope everyone here knows and appreciates how much Daxis does to make this all possible. He honestly is pivotal to what I'm doing here. And yeah, to you personally, Daxis, I've said this so many times, but thank you so much, mate. You're a legend.
You're gonna say after the live.
He's literally usually on the other side of bloody things, though. If he's not doing this, he's on the other side winning stuff. That's all I've never known him for, is just winning shit.
You're gonna say after
Well,
you know-
the live, Craven lets me out the little producer cupboard and gives me a packet of knick-knacks. So it's
do, yeah.
well deserved.
I'll give you 2 knickknacks for tonight, mate.
Brilliant, thanks,
Overtime.
mate.
Diaxis, have you ever had any Hotel Chocolat, Kia Royale, real champagne cassis liqueur, and bold burst of blackcurrant chocolates before?
Can't say I have, mate.
No. No, they're amazing.
They did look nice. It looked purple.
They are purple, yeah.
Yeah. What we got? Ooh.
Yes.
All right, so
Have you
yeah,
got your eyes on any Silverpunk pieces this evening? I know last time, Si, I'll quickly show this. I managed
Yeah.
to snatch this, which I'm so happy with, the Zombie Lion.
I
knew
nearly
you had
bid on
your eye
that
on
myself.
it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me get that one.
Yeah. I think, I think the real life stuff that Silverpunk does, I think I'm more attracted to with his stuff. It's just a personal preference for me. It's just what I like. I like real life stuff. But then saying that, I think the last piece I bought of him from his auction was it's an amazing piece. It's in my backdrop anyway on my YouTube videos. It's the Gandalf and the One Ring. He's just like holding the ring like this.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
I love
just
anything like
fantastic,
that.
What a great pour that was. And, the detail on that is just amazing. The way he tones his silver, though, that antique, almost pewtered look, I love how it reflects in the light as well. Because if you tilt it in the light, if you do the same with that lion, you can see the relief on the... Yeah. So if you lay it flat, and then that's it, and then bring it close to the camera, then start tilting it forward, you'll see all the relief on that. And it's just, look at that. It's insane, isn't it? It literally looks like it's coming out of that silver bar.
The relief
love
on this
that.
is ridiculous. All the different levels and the
No.
finish on it. It's just
That is a
stunning.
hell of a pour, that.
There's
yeah.
so many tonight.
All of his stuff's bloody good, but just some of it just really resonates with me. There was one piece I almost spent an absolute fortune on, and that was when he did a collab with Valui, and it was Leonardo da Vinci's works. I'm trying to remember for the life of me what there was an auction. I think it was his first auction. I think that was the final piece in Silverpunk's first ever auction over here on Stacker Social. But there was 2 pieces of silver. And there were the works of Leonardo da Vinci, which I love, all that kind of stuff. And I think it was GSH Gold Silver Hunter. He's a huge fan of Silverpunk's work. And he just kept bidding and bidding. I think we got to about 400 quid or something for 2 little bars of silver. It was a right bidding war.
Bragging
But
rights.
I just couldn't. Yeah, wow. It came in a box, and it was an engraved box, and it was just incredible.
Honestly, I mean, Silverpunk's obviously been busy pouring. He's been going to get these all hallmarked. I actually think he's been playing Hallmark Hokey Cokey. That the amount of times he's going to get the stuff hallmarked is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but
It is
but there
crazy.
we go.
You see, I don't usually buy unhallmarked silver. I always have to, if I'm buying off a silver artist or a pourer, it really has to be hallmark for me. I just think it adds value. It adds trust. It's just, I just think it actually looks nice on the back. If it's got a plain back to the bar, it's just nice to have those stamps, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It just adds some prestige to a piece for me. But that's, like I say, it's just personal opinion.
Well, I will be there. I'll give you a little teaser. I have actually commissioned. Can't say anything about it, but I have commissioned Silverpunk to make something for me. But I'm not saying anything else about it. But I can't bloody wait. I love his work.
No, it's quite amazing. Yeah, when you do commission people to do stuff, it is amazing. But are you okay for a minute if I just run to the toilet? I've been holding it in since an hour ago.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. I've
all right.
Whilst we do that, I just want to put a message to Miss Stacking with Craven, who's here, my better half, just to let you know. Don't worry, this wasn't the the tarnished tango I've been having recently. This was just a pint of the good old Coca-Cola. So there you go. But yeah, how's that wheel looking, Daxis?
Yeah, all done, mate. I was gonna say we have just had another one join, so I don't know if you want me to add them as well.
Mate, no, it's got to be a cut off. We'll leave it there, I think, unless they joined previously. But yeah, people that have been here all the way through. It's not fair if somebody joins just now and is part of it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that's fair enough, mate.
Every week, guys, we're, at the moment, we're giving stuff away. The amazing bundle tonight. All you need to do is just tune in. That's all you need to do. And tune in, and you need to be there at the specific time where the giveaway entry is open. That's it. If you miss it, there's always next time. But yeah, thank you so much to all of you that are here viewing and a part of that. Yeah. Oh, and another thing, just while we're on it, I'm going to cook some dinner after this. And I got grilled not long ago because I did a live cooking thing where I made a chicken burger. I know you heard of this, Dax, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
There was no pickles, but I just want to let you know I will be cooking some burgers after this, and I have in stock in the cupboards some premium pickles. So I'm going to make sure I do a burger right this time. There we go. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's up to you, man. I can say it's Sunday. I got Sunday roast for tonight. Although I know you had your roast last weekend.
I certainly did, and I've thought about this because I do this on a Sunday. I wonder, whilst we're waiting for Sai to come back, guys, we'll do the giveaway in a second, and thanks for your patience. We're moving towards the end, but just while we wait for Sai, I want to put a question to the chat. How many of you guys, if not today or on a previous episode, have you ever sat there eating a Sunday roast whilst watching the podcast? Has anyone done that? I'd love to know who actually has a Sunday roast while we're doing the Sunday podcast. I'm doing it right now, says Wacko Badger. Nope. Ian Atterbury says nope. There we go. 100% headphones in. I've had a curry. Okay. Yeah. What kind of curry was it? Miss Stacking with Craven's having a roast. She's not with me today. So there we go. I've just had a Mackie D, says 365. Lovely. I wonder what you had. I love a McDonald's. I had a bun burner. Silver Machine.
We've got an addiction in our family, with McDonald's. They do those iced caramel frappes.
Oh, God, they're amazing. That's so good.
Every time we leave the house, it's a thing where we have to do a round trip to the nearest McDonald's drive-through to get one of those.
Oh,
it's bad. It's really bad. The other week, right, and they're not bloody cheap, but the other week, I thought I can't keep going out every weekend, like Saturdays and Sundays, for a bloody frappe. So I bought like 4. All in one go. Yeah, I did. Stupid, it came to about 20 quid. It's like half an ounce of silver. For like
They're not
4
cheap,
frappes.
mate. Did you manage to get through them all whilst they were still icy?
Well, no, that's the problem. But when they thaw out, it does go a bit watery, but it's the best milkshake you'll ever have in your life. It'll go down. It takes quite a while to get through the frozen crushed ice on when they're freshly made. But when you get to the point where they're thawed out, it's down in 2 seconds, and it's a real good perk as well. It's like a drug.
I can say they're not like half a glass of sugar in them, though.
Oh, they're probably not good for you, Dax, but they taste so good. And guys in the chat are all putting what they're having. Basically, Si, when you went, I just asked, because I do this on a Sunday, who actually sits and has a Sunday roast whilst listening, and people started saying what they're having for tea. I'm so hungry right now. People are having some lovely...
Yeah, I haven't had anything either, so come on.
Yeah, right, guys. We're all getting hungry. The wheel is ready. Si is back. He feels relieved. Diaxis, let's put the wheel on. We're going to wrap this up now. Let's get a winner for this beautiful bundle, guys.
I didn't think it was going to stop.
Same again, guys. Double click to make the wheel.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Well, you're back in one piece, mate. Right. Can everyone see the wheel? If you click on full screen, Diaxis is now sharing his screen. You should be able to see Little John's Wheel of Wonder. Silverpunk says rigged already. We haven't even spun it yet. Come on.
This is 100% rigged, isn't it?
It's always rigged.
I bet you. I mean, I reckon this... Is it the gold, silver, and copper bundle with the... Is it all of that stuff you're giving away as one bundle, by the way? I can't remember what you said.
It's all one bundle, mate, yeah.
I reckon that a Stacker Social member is going to win this tonight.
Yeah, I reckon so as well, man. I mean, it's definitely rigged, isn't it?
That for a second threw me off. But yes, if I was going to put money on it, yeah, I'd say so.
Did it really? Jesus.
All right, so we just need
Okay.
shuffles from the chat then.
Yeah.
First one to put a number in.
Good luck, everybody.
All right.
I hope it goes to a lovely home. Thank you for all the lovely questions, and thank you for being so welcoming for me being on with Craven tonight, ruining his reputation.
Right, so I got 2
Time.
of Silver
Well, yeah.
Punk.
This,
So we'll give that 2 shuffles. And then,
Di,
yes,
we broke a record tonight, mate.
let
so-
me, if I double click on that, I can bring. Oh, I can bring it
Yeah,
up large.
full
Look at
screen.
that. There we go. I can see everybody now.
yeah, and
There
if
we
you'd
go.
like to count us down, Si, then we'll spin the wheel.
From 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, and 1, and go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wheel
Great.
has been spun. Little John is about to get very dizzy. One of you guys is going to win a fantastic bundle. Good luck to every single one of you. Thank you all so very much for joining us tonight with our special guests, Ty and Diaxis, the amazing producer. The wheel is starting to slow down. Who is it going to be? Well, what we've got? Any predictions? Diaxis has called this before.
Cow.
I can see Diaxis coming up.
Kylie. It's Kylie.
Is it going to be Jack Stacks or BBA?
Oh, I thought it was Kylie.
Calc! It's
Oh.
going to be Calc! Oh, I'm so happy for you, Calc, mate. You're
Wow.
always massive congratulations. What a bundle that is.
Yes, that's nice for Calc because, you know, we never ever, we never do not notice who's active and who isn't in Stacker Social. So, Calc, you're an absolute darling. You keep the conversations going like you do, and you're such a great member for us, and we're always entertained by what you've got to say. So, and you're always in everyone's live streams as well, which is really, really great. So,
It really is.
to see someone so supportive win, that's really cool. So, Calc, well done, dude. Well done.
I'm so happy for you, Calc. Obviously, sorry for everyone that didn't win or if it was close near your name. Always next time. I'm not going anywhere. But Calc, you are always here, supporting, tuning in. You're very, very witty with your comments. I love to see the stuff you put in the chat. Well done, mate. Drop me a message privately. Send me your address. I will get that all sent over to you. Guys, what a great podcast.
What a bundle.
We've hit new numbers. Si, you've been an amazing special guest. You've been so generous. Thank you for your time. Thanks for being you. I really appreciate you coming on tonight, mate.
It's been great, and it's really, really nice to spend so much time with everybody as well as you. And it's nice to speak to Diaxis in person as well. I don't get to speak to Diaxis much, but it's really great to speak to him too. But thank you so much, guys, honestly, for everything you do in supporting the great Craven. Let's give him a round of applause in the chat if you've got any round of applause emojis for Craven. What a great host, and you know, can't guarantee that Craven will be here forever, but as long as we've got him here at Stacker Social, what a fantastic addition to our Sundays over here. It's just been amazing, and I've been a huge fan, and you always make me smile, not just on here, but on your YouTube channel as well. So go and subscribe to him if you already haven't. Show him some love. What a great member. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been really interesting. I've probably given away far too much information that people are really interested in. Like my love for Kylie Minogue, how long it takes me to have a week. So I know people were timing me. Or was that just paranoia?
I'm not sure,
You know.
mate, but you've been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, thank you.
Mate, it's been really good fun. And, you know, I've always said to 365 and TSC, I'd love to do a bit more in stage myself. So you never know, in the future, I might be able to do an event or two myself. I can't guarantee it'll be every bloody week at all. But it's just nice to just pop on here and have a chat with you in person as well. You know, I've done it a few times now on my YouTube channel. It's been really lovely, and it's been an experience, and it's really nice to connect with the community, full stop. So, yeah. Saw you left
Sorry.
your mic on.
I'm just laughing at that. Nerd said you left your mic. I don't think you did, mate, but it would have been funny to prank you.
Hey, nerd, you know you're getting old when you have to push. So luckily I'm not at that point yet.
365 says, yeah, I noticed he didn't wash his hands.
No, I'm good. I actually have a sanitizer as well, believe it or not, from Rituals.
There we go. Of course, I want to quickly say as well, a massive thank you to Diaxis. You do so much, mate. I wouldn't be able to do this like I have been without you. And I say this every time. I'll keep saying it, mate. Thank you so much for the work you put in, whether it's on here, whether it's in the background that people don't see, putting bloody 70 names into the wheel, running that, just everything, mate. You're a legend, and I'm so thankful for everything you do. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, mate. Like I said, I'm just
Thank you
glad
so
to be
much.
a part of it, man. So yeah, it's all a bit of fun, isn't it? So
That's what it's all
Love
meant
you,
to be.
man.
Yeah, it's all. That's what it's designed to be, guys. Is just a good place for a few hours to join in, everyone to have a good chat for a few hours on a Sunday. That's all it is. It's meant to be a laugh, a bit of fun, and I'm honoured to be part of that. Before we do wrap this up, Si, something really important. I'm not going to confirm who it's going to be just yet, mate. But next week, whoever the special guest is, could you leave a question for them, please?
What is the meaning of life? You missed that out tonight, so I'm bringing that back.
Oh, I love it. Well, I didn't miss it out. Who was it? I think it was Vegas Stacker who left that question for McDonald Bullion. I'd never asked that before, but by God, is that a hard question? But yeah, absolutely.
It
Whoever
really
on
is,
next
and I
week-
tell you, if you do get an answer to that question, it's fun. The answers are always fantastic, no matter
Yeah.
who it is or what they've got to say. Is always a great answer to that question. It's such a great question, especially in today's world, crazy world. It's really important to see how people really truly feel. So yeah, great question, I think, and keep regurgitating that one for as long as you can, mate, because it's a really good one. That.
Okay, I will do. Well, the very last thing before we wrap up, don't forget, guys, in 25 minutes, Silver Punk is going to be live doing an auction of beautiful silver paws using the sandcasting method.
Yep.
Honestly, they are amazing. So check that out. I'll be in there as well. So I'll be able to get involved in the chat and have some food. The last thing before we wrap this up, something that nobody knew about apart from me and Silver Punk. For a bit of fun, he set me a challenge to say 3 words/phrases during this podcast. Did anyone notice? If you did, I will give you, just for fun, I'll give you a 1 gram silver Valcambi. I might chuck you a poker chip and some stickers as well. Can anyone guess? There were 3. The 3 phrases. I'll give you 1 minute before we wrap this up. If anyone can say any of those 3 phrases that were a bit funky, I'll give you a gram of silver. Does anyone know before we go? There's still 47 of you. Does anyone know? If you didn't pick up, no problem. Can Calc get 2-0? He's typing.
so I have no clue. I didn't notice
Silver
anything.
Punk has officialised it. He said I did get them all in. I left them till the end. That's a clue for you. I didn't do it earlier because I think Si would have thought, "Am I okay?" You know, I kind of did it when Si went the loo. But yeah, I noticed, but I can't quite remember. Meaning of life? No. Okay, 20 seconds, guys. Has anyone got it? I will reveal it before we go. No, it wasn't cheese. That's just something that seems to come up every time I speak to Si. I don't know why, but it just does. Okay, guys, it's not looking good. The pickles comment. I can't. It's not. Oh, it's getting closer. Not quite. You have to get the full phrase. 10 seconds. I'm gonna be mean, guys. No, not hamburgers. 5, 4, 3, 2. Several
So,
people typing.
Cooking
No.
with Craven, but God knows.
No,
Mate.
guys, you were getting close. I'm going to reveal to you. Then we are going to wrap this up. I'm so sorry. No one got it perfectly. I may do this again because it is quite fun. And I'll give you a little spoiler. I've given Silver Punk 3 words to do in his. So if you can guess them, yeah, I might. We'll see. But just before we go, the words were for this week. Scroll stop. Tarnish Tango, Hallmark Hokey Cokey, and Premium Pickle. I did get all 3 out within
I
about
was
10 minutes of
thinking
each other.
premium pickles on.
Yeah, I probably got
well
some
done,
funny looks, but there we go. Look, I'm going to wrap it up there. We've got 25 minutes before Silver Punk. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Look forward to next week. Love hearts. Yeah, there we go. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.